of highs. Again, it started out when he got into the wall on, I believe it was on Thursday.
Yep.
And they got the car repaired. He comes out, goes number one qualifier, and here he is with a broke bye into the quarterfinal round.
Now, when you say he got into the wall, he actually tagged the left rear into the wall. And, I mean, went on a nice slide, thought he was going to have it repaired, but ended up clipping the left rear. And thankfully, it was all cosmetic. So they beat the body panels out, got the wing about as best as they could, and said, we'll still be able to ready to go to battle going into the next qualifying session. He took the number one spot. He has been the man to beat so far. Won last year. The trend continues.
And he has to get out of it. But again, we just saw the left rear on our monitor up here, and it actually does not look that bad at all. It really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But at 895 for Eric LaFerriere, he'll go on to the quarterfinal round as our next pair. How about Hubert Stromberger, all the way from Kronstorf, Austria, in that Audi TTRS VR6, and Mike Carbona, North Brentfield, Connecticut, in that 87 GTS 2JZ on board for that.
Bien, vamos arriba, chequéate, gente. El Audi TT más rápido del planeta viene desde Austria. Carril derecho, Mike Carbon en el Toyota MPH 2JZ.
That is the world's fastest Audi TT of Hubert Stromberger. And I'll tell you what, these guys came here last year and were super excited with the performance that they had and said, we're going to come back next year. We're going to see if we can continue to set records and maybe even go a couple rounds. Performance-wise, they've actually been better this year and more consistent than what they were in 2023. So we'll see if they continue the trend. Number 7 in qualifying, better than Mike Carbone here on the right side. And he's been, like I said, very consistent in that 680, low 680 to mid 670 zone.
Vamos allá, tremendo carrerón. 6 cilindros en ambos carriles.
Carbone will stage second, but he will leave first. Bring the tires up. Stromberger not going to have enough. Winlight give it to Mike Carbone. 669.3 at 215. A 675.0 best pass of the weekend there from Hubert Stromberger. But unfortunately, a little later on the tree, and the best pass of the weekend from Mike Carbone.
El mejor pase para Mike Carbone. 669, 215 millas, dándole el tutazo al del Audi TT. Vamos arriba a la pickup 2JZ Dirty Taco Jiménez Jr. versus Frankie Martínez, el traidor. Vamos arriba R7, que ayer les prestó la puerta a los muchachos de El Maquinón para que pudieran dar su pase.
All right, real quick, folks, the thousands of banners you see out there along the fence in the back of the grandstand, do not take any of those banners. If you are caught taking a banner, we'll take it back, and you will be asked to leave. So again, do not take any of those banners. Do not take any banners.
Right side of the racetrack can be the Dirty Taco of Jose Jimenez Jr., and he's been quick. Number 3 in the field right now with that GSC Power Division entry. The Tacoma 2JZ Power to the right. And if you remember Fabian last night, left side of Frame Martinez, the Ultra Door doors were on the Macron machine, and now they're back on his car.
Oh,
so
that's right.
On that rotary powered RX-7 here on the left side of the racetrack. And a red light start there for Frame Martinez. His hopes of hoisting the World Cup are dashed. And Jose Jimenez Jr., 641.0
wow.
best pass of the weekend there from the Taco Truck.
Zumba, 641, 221 millas, está volando bajito la Tacoma Dirty Taco. Jiménez en la casa.
Import versus domestic here on the starting line in round number 1 of Precision Turbo X275 versus Hot Rod. Outlet coming up left side of the racetrack. That is going to be Eric Hendricks behind the wheel. The Keith Ray owned machine 93 Turbo Mustang. Right side of the racetrack, Yoromar Gomez behind the wheel of Yermia. Here at the 81 Starlet out of Puerto Rico, the rotary powered machine. 11th in the field on qualifying. Outlet was number 4, but I'll tell you what, the consistency goes to Gomez based on what we saw in qualifying.
Vamos allá, Boricua por el carril derecho. Vamos arriba, Yomar Gómez. La Jeremía. Sucio, difícil. Duelo de import versus domestic. El Mustang, Hendrick, volando bajito con 6.58. Vamos a ver qué pasará. Betun Performance activo por el derecho. Choli en los ajustes.
As the pre-stage beams will come on here in just a few moments for both Owlette and Jeremia. Import versus domestic. Ford. Mustang versus Starlet. Gomez is in, Owlette is in. The lights are going to be down. Reaction advantage will go to Harold Gomez, but it's going to be Owlette pulling away, and at the traps, the win light will shine for Eric Hendricks. 697 with a 3 and only 169. He's actually out of it at the quarter mile. Gomez a 734, 4 and 176 is not going to be enough.
Zumba, tremenda reacción para Yomar Gómez, pero se la cogió como quiera el Domestic con 697 a 169 millas, pasando el Mustang. Vamos allá, Orange Crotch. Orange Chicken por el carril izquierdo. Larry Ratnach. Luanelli con Chris Fragoso por el derecho.
Oh, come on, that was a little funny.
It was a little funny, but I'm still going to give you a face palm.
I know you. See, the filter, his mind is just racing, but Larry Remnith and Chris Fergoso. And again, we need Grandis Racing stick shift round 2 to the lane 3, please. Grandis Racing stick shift round 2 to lane 3, please. Grandis Racing stick shift round 2 to lane number 3.
So Larry Remnith left side, the number 2 qualifier sitting next to the right lane of Christopher Fragoso. Look at Alley 2.0 taking on Orange Chicken. Light's going to be down, and it's going to be Fragoso out in front. Smoke coming out from behind Remnith. And
Wait.
Pop it! Alley 762 with the one. The Starlet will get the win and is up in smoke. Larry Remnith, you saw the chutes drop early in a puff of smoke just past the 330.
Anda pa'l cara, Chris Fragoso dándole el tutazo a Orange Chicken. Rayo, las libras de pollo ahora están en especial con esa victoria de Luanellis. Zumba.
So here's the replay on that one, and from the right lane side, he had the starting line advantage. That car moving towards the center, and Larry Remnith had a little smoke. He had to get out of it. Now, here's the thing. If Fergoso would have crossed the center line, he would have automatically been disqualified, and he sees his shoes. He's like, I think I can, and he got him.
Fabian, I said it yesterday. I've said it today.
Yes, sir.
You do not ever give up at the World Cup Finals.
No, you definitely do not. Because, like I said, we've already seen it already many times today where a driver's behind and then right in gets around them right at the other end of the racetrack. All right, so again, our final pair. Going to be Carl Pritz was supposed to take on the Bad Bunny Supra.
Big Bad Supra.
The Big Bad Supra. As again, just waiting to get the all clear from our fire rescue team down there at the far end of the racetrack.
Dímelo, Mikey, cabezón, dímelo, Mikey. Chequea tus redes sociales, Facebook,
that's our
Mikey.
fire rescue director, Miss Sheila.
Pela la papa, coge la papa, pela la papa, pela la papa. Dímelo, David, estamos activos. DRB Landscaping en la casa. Saluda a la hondera mayor que está ahí, la terraza tropical, dímelo.
Here we go.
My favorite quote of the weekend. It's garbage can, not garbage cannot. That's on the back of Oscar. I don't know why I love it, but I do. And I'll tell you what, he has actually had to fight with that name a little bit there because you see most of the body panels are the same color. Passenger door is not. Passenger door's got red on it because he was one of the cars that lost a passenger door. We've seen 4 doors fly off 3 different Mustangs.
Viene Henry, menea la bandera, Henry, menea la bandera, menea la bandera, Henry, dímelo. Zumba. Ahí es que, diache. Ahora sí. Dímelo, Elliot Bulgo, Easy Precision Balancing.
So Carl Pritz will get a broke by here and may have tried something there, and the car didn't like it, hit the tires. So we're going to be down here for a couple minutes while we re-prep the racing surface, and then we'll go, I believe, in a second round of the Warriors versus Tres Cuarto category. Ran first round last night, and we had some huge upsets in that category.
All right, so Carl Pritz moving on to round number 3. So we have round number 2 coming up of competition clutch Warriors versus Tres Cuarto. We got some heavy hitter matchups in that one, don't we, Higgs?
Yeah, we do. I mean, there's a lot of things I'm really excited for. Like I said, we saw some huge upsets last night. Now, we did have quite a few broke competition buys, unfortunately, but at least to our knowledge, all the cars should be matched up back there. We've got some great matchups. We've got some import domestic action. We've got a couple domestics. They're going to be going side by side. We actually have one true buy here in this section. And Fabian, the craziest part about all that, the true buy is going to go to the number 26 qualifier.
Really?
Yep. So just the way that it happened to fall on the ladder. You know, we don't make the rules. So
No.
a lot of action to go. Many things we're looking forward to. We'll get you all the action for those of you guys here at MIR, for those of you guys sitting back home at Flow Racing. Track prep is underway. Warriors versus Tres Cuarto, round 2. Going to be coming at you here momentarily.
All right, so again, folks, like we said, that was a good time to go to the Hot Rods Diner, get yourself some of the drink. All of our vendors there, and I'm telling you, we're having a ball up here. Again, I'm Fabian Brown, Chris Higgins, Coquetto, Jose Colon, and I'm telling you. So, and Jose and Higgins and I, we were talking off camera, and they want to bring Higgins and I to Puerto Rico Salinas Speedway next year.
Please.
They're begging us to go to Salinas Speedway next year. So here's what we do: you bring Beth, I'll bring Kelly. We leave them at the hotel while we go to the racetrack.
I'll tell you what.
Yes.
I think I'd have a lot of fun announcing with these two in Puerto Rico because
Oh,
I know I can
goodness.
get away with a few extra things that I can't hear. So
Probably get away with a lot of things, but
Así mismito es, y son bienvenidos a la Salinas Speedway cuando quieran a narrar con nosotros. Así que no sé, pregúntele a Arturo, ya sabe, a invitación abierta para el Festival Import con Fabian y Chris Rigging en Salinas Speedway.
I will say this, you know, friends of both these guys on Facebook, and I'm watching the stuff that you guys post, you know, when you guys are at the strip, and there are some crazy combinations of things that are out there. I mean, if you can pretty much imagine it, it's shown up. If it's got 4 tires and a motor, and I mean, it shows up and it goes down the racetrack, it seems like. I know that you guys have the tech and things like that, but I've seen some wild combinations of stuff like that. That has no business being there, but okay.
the island of the swap. So I'll go. And the best part is about that, Higgins, you don't need a passport to go to Salinas Speedway.
Nope. Only your ID.
Really?
Because remember, it's in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico is a territory of the U.S.
U.S. territory. That's right.
Did you pay attention?
I feel like there's a road trip coming soon.
You know you can't drive there, right? We gotta fly.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
So you okay? So wait, so if you and I gotta fly on a plane, I'm sitting in the front.
That's fine. I'll sit in the back. I'm good. You know why? Never heard of an airplane backing into a mountain.
That's true. But then if we get a rental car, Higgins is driving.
Yeah, you're not driving, bud. It'll take us 6 days to get there from the airport.
Hey!
A 3-mile drive.
Oh yeah, you're definitely driving. Yeah. Or better yet, we'll call David Fondon.
Yes.
Hey, El Papi, pick us up at the airport.
Así
Pick him
mismito
up
que
at the
lo,
airport. I'll drive myself.
que lo busque el papi al aeropuerto, David Fondón, diciendo aquí los compañeros.
So let's go round number 2 of Competition Clutch Warriors versus Tres Cuarto. Jake Nauman and
Brandon Jodry here on the right side. And apparently, the Camaro's for sale. Jake Nauman was extra 2024 champion of the Warriors Outlaw program. Jake Nauman has really been able to showcase his talents over the last couple years since taking over driving duties for his father, Michael Nauman. Of course, we saw Nauman a couple years ago out here with the Pro Mod Camaro on the quarter mile. Jake started driving not long before that. And again, it has been great seeing what this kid's been able to do behind the wheel of this nitrous car. I mean, the lights have been good, the laps have been great. As the starter letting Brandon Jodry know, hey, just keep it kind of short since your opponent's about ready to go. And Brandon Jodry is able to oblige. So the Camaro here on the Napa side of the racetrack. Your number 9 on the sheet. Jacob Nauman was number 8 on the sheet from qualifying. Like I said, we've seen that it doesn't matter anymore. But I will tell you, these two Chevrolets will be battling it down all the way down the racetrack as neither one of them will give the other an inch.
Vamos allá, duelo de domestic. Si no me equivoco, veo aquí la bandera color azul. Yo creo que el hombre es PNP. Está votando por Jennifer González, ¿verdad? Eso es. O así le. El Nova, carril izquierdo. Me acuerdo ese duelo con la mía Yeseli con Florito. Tremendo pase contra el Nova. Jake Nauman por el izquierdo, Mob Boss por el derecho. Tremenda batalla Camaro versus Nova.
Round 2, Competition Clutch Warriors versus Tres Cuarto on deck. First pair here on the starting line. It's going to be Brandon Jodry and Jake Nauman as they will both roll into the full stage lights. Rash time advantage will go over to Brandon Jodry. Can the nitrous car try to chase him down? It's going to be Brandon Jodry taking the round win. 641 with a 4 at 206. Jodry moves on to third round.
Wow, 641 at 206 for Brandon. Was 8th out, better react time, and Jake Nauman 649 at 202. That was a pretty good old drag race by 84 thousandths of a second to Brandon. As our next pair, about Craig Walls, number 3 qualifier, Georgetown, Delaware, and Jose Colon out of Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
Back to the normal doors here.
Normal doors
for the Kenyan machine. The 74 Celica. 2JZ powered machine here on the right side. Left side, Killdozer, Craig Walls going to be the wheelman. And we've seen Walls put some impressive numbers up so far with dumping the chutes early. So I don't believe Mark Best has really showcased what this thing's been able to do so far.
Viene, vamos por encima, Carian Racing por el carril izquierdo, el Canian 2JZ, Jamie Colón en los controles. Toyota Celica activo contra el Camaro. Sucio, difícil, carrerita buena. Camaro corriendo a la zona de los 6-3.
The 2JZ Power Toyota Celica here on the right side. 93 big block Chevrolet and Camaro here on the left side. Turbo entry. It's import versus domestic. The imports in, the domestics in. The lights are going to be down. And it's going to be a little bit of a driving job for Colon. Can he hold off Craig Walls? Upset there. It's going to be
wow,
world record there for the Celica 2JZ machine
Zumba.
takes out the favorite here.
A rayo el Canián dándole el tutazo boricua. El Celica con 653, 220 millas, 431 al octavo de milla.
Craig Wall's got a spun out there. I mean, a big mile an hour at 214, but a 677.6 there for Craig Walls. Whew.
Y a
What a lap.
rayo. Viene, seguimos con la acción. Dominicano, menea la bandera. ¿Dónde están los dominicanos? Vamos arriba, dominicano. De los querendones de la isla de Quisqueya, Isidoro de los Santos en el trueno móvil. Vamos arriba, menea la bandera, dominicano.
This category in the winner's circle has been dominated by the domestics. They are 4-1 with Jose Gonzalez, the lone import winner, and he was actually driving the Toronto 1 machine here on the left side when he did so. The 2JZ powered entry sits fourth in the field and is looking to take out the Glenn Adams Red Dragon machine. The Dragon machine here on the right side, 92 Mustang out of Orlando, Florida. He's been as quick as the 660 zone and a 640 there for Najari.
Vamos allá, Nairi los controles por el Isidoro Trueno Móvil Dominicano activo Red Dragon. El Mustang, carrerita buena, take out John Cámara, vamos allá.
Import versus domestic here. As the domestic's going to turn on the pre-stage beams, the import now will do the same. Now we await to see who will stage first. Neither driver blinking. Let him hear you, ladies and gentlemen. We got a staging duel, import versus domestic style, round 2, Wars versus Tres Cuarto. Adams and Najari continue to sit.
Viene,
Zero
grítale.
movement. The starter tells him to get into the beams. Neither driver moves. Finally, Adams says, let's get it on. The Toronto 1 machine gets it into the beams. Rex time advantage will go to the Mustang. But it's going to be Najari taking the win. Toronto moves on.
Toma, Dominicano, Isidoro de los Santos. Trueno Móvil, 634, 222 millas, que clase carrerón.
Wild Street needs your lane 7 for your pairings, please. Wild Street needs your lane 7 for your pairings. Wild Street, lane 7 for your pairings.
Zumba, duelo de Boricua, Rotón y Pistón. Cari derecho, el querendón de Phillies, el humildón. Proyecto del Boricua, Jay Arroyo, que lo está mirando desde el cielo. Jay Riel Arroyo, su hijo, siguiendo su legado, Kerry Pro. Carril izquierdo, nos vamos con el Acura RCX de Wharf. Derek Santiago en los controles, Pimal Fiberglass, Yo Solo Tuning, Gaby Chá se lo ajuste.
Miles Kerr, we are missing you for stick. If you're broke, please let us know. Miles Kerr, we are missing you for stick. If you are broke, please let us know. Let's check out the replay here on Flow Racing. Just a good drag race all the way down the racetrack as the Toronto McCamp getting out in front at the 1,000-foot and all the way down as El Humildon, right side of the racetrack. J. Arroyo racing in honor of his father this weekend. First time in the car at the World Cup Finals. Derek Santiago, left side here on the racetrack. And that K-Series powered RSX. Rotary in the right. Lights are going to be down. And Arroyo having to do a lot of driving out there. It's going to be Derek Santiago turning on the wind light. 6:54 with a 7, 2:11 on a very uneventful pass for him.
6:54 para The World con 211 millas. Con problema, el humildón con el Kitty Pong, JDL Arroyo. Se retira humildemente y con tremendo desempeño para el humildón. 1.04, carril izquierdo, 4.26 para The World, K24 Honda.
Looks like got on the wheelie bars, actually unloaded the suspension there. Yeah, that's what did Arroyo in. Next pair going to be coming up. Right side of the racetrack, that is going to be Joe Olivo behind the wheel of the RX-7. Rotary power in the right lane. El Coche Bomba here on the left side. The 2JZ powered Toyota Corolla Estevez going to be behind the wheel here. He is the quicker of the two, at least on paper. But again, that doesn't mean anything. We've seen that multiple times so far. It's going to be import on import crime happening right here.
Zumba, tremendo carrerón, Puerto Rico contra República Dominicana, carrerita buena. El carril derecho, vamos con el Adner Racing, la escudería de Moncho Performance. Siki Traki Motorsport en los controles. Dominicano por el carril izquierdo con el coche bomba. Rafael Esteves al volante. Take out John Cámara, carrerita buena.
Pre-stage beams on here for Olivo, waiting for Estevez. Estevez pre-stages. Straight in, it's going to be Olivo. Estevez will finally join. Light's going to be down. Little bit of a spin there for the pair. We're going to be side by side to the 8th. Line of smoke coming out of Olivo. Estevez will get the round win. El Coche Bamba moving on to third round.
Zumba Dominicano, más arriba con el coche bomba. 6:43, 225 millas. Problemita para el Arnold Racing, se lleva la victoria el coche bomba.
Talk about a marquee matchup right here on the starting line. They're lighting the hides. It's going to be James Tall, Cleetus McFarland owned mullet machine, left side of the racetrack. Macedon here. Yodar Gomez is going to be behind the wheel of the RX-7 out of Puerto Rico. The one of the quickest rotary powered machines out there with a 6:33.0. Macedon is going to be one to keep an eye on. If James Tall can get everything to go just right, maybe he'll have a chance, but he's gonna have to drill the tree and hope that Gomez may struggle somewhere on the racetrack to have a shot.
Vía rayo, tremendo carrerón, Puerto Rico, menea la bandera boricua. Mulet por el bando de los domésticos, por el corillo de cleetusmcfarland. Vamos allá, Yomar Gómez, el maquinón, Betún Performance. Viene, vamos arriba, take out John Cámara. Dímelo, Boricua.
We got a big matchup here, like I said. The rotary powered 13B Series RX-7, if not the quickest, one of the quickest in the world. And I'll tell you what, Mullet, like I said, and James Tall are going to have to swing here. Let's see if they've turned the wick up on this machine. Needs to look for a great pass, a 40 or a 50. Flicker at the bottom, Bob's going to be Tall. Lights are going to come down. Mullet's going to hit the tires. See you later, Macedon.
4.25. Toma el maquinón. 214 millas. Viene Boricua al Callao. Menea la bandera, menea la bandera, menea la, menea la, menea la. Que se sienta, que se sienta.
A 6.52 there for Gomez and a 7.61.6 is Tall. They did turn the wick up and it hit the tires, unfortunately. So Cleetus with one entry, still an Outlaw versus Extreme. Next pair going to come up, another good matchup here. Jason Unch of the Red Rum Machine, left side of the racetrack, and Carlos De Leon here in Sarita, the 82 Starlet. It is the world's fastest 13B Series rotary Starlet, and I'll tell you what, when you look at the numbers here between the pair, De Leon should be able to take this one easily. But Jason Unch, I know they've been working on this thing and trying to find a little bit more with this LS powered turbo machine. It's a big old pickup truck, and if they can get this thing down, it will absolutely boogie. We'll see what happens here with the pair.
Vamos allá, tremendo duelo ahora mismo, gente. Boricua, seguimos activo. Boricua, seguimos activo. La Sarita. El corillo Betún Performance. De León, Wire Gun. Gaby Chance los ajustes. Vamos arriba, la picó por el bando de los domésticos. Dímelo, Boricua, no se me quite. Menea la bandera, vamos allá.
Import versus domestic matchup once again here on the starting line. Jason Unch runs the Warrior program here at Maryland National Raceway, makes the trip down from Pennsylvania, and I know would love to be able to carry the flag for Larry Mack here this weekend. But De Leon, again, this thing has been quick, and it's been steady quick, which has been the scary part. 40s and 30s have been raining for this machine as the lights are going to be coming down. Advantage on the tree is going to go to Unch. Unch is going to stay with back and on. Keep an eye on the quarter mile. It's going to be back and on. 6:50 with a 6 by 47 thousandths of a second. Unch on his best pass of the weekend. Got him on the tree, but it's not quite going to be enough.
¡Ea rayo boricua! ¡Yo soy boricua! ¡Yo soy boricua! ¡Ea rayo! ¡Chubos! ¡Chubos! ¡Lazarita! Acuérdate de eso. ¡Chubos! La caja de zapatos más rápida del planeta.
What a drag race down to the quarter mile between the pair. I mean, they are bumper to bumper, and it's going to be macking on literally by a whole car. The rear bumper and the front bumper of Unch were touching. It's a fantastic side-by-side lap. As Kaneka here on the left side, Mendez, the Corolla, will get a bye run here in second round. Number 26 in the field will move on to round number 3 here at Competition Clutch. Warriors versus Tres Corto.
Tremendo show que nos acaban de regalar la escudería Betún Performance con esos carrerón que se tiraron el maquinón contra la Mulet. También la Sarita. Oye, tienen que decirlo con mucho orgullo de esa islita, 100 por 35, qué clase de talento salen de ahí.
I'll tell you what, nice little pass coming together here for Mendez. Top end of the racetrack. A 690 with a 5. His best pass of the weekend at 224. So a solid lap there for the 2JZ Corolla, and we'll move on to third round. Let me get Limited Street Lane 5 for your pairings, please. Limited Street Lane 5 for your pairings. Again, Limited Street Lane 5 for your pairings.
Viene categoría Limited Street, carril número 5, Limited Street a los carriles. Oye, si tienes que aprovechar rapidito, buscar la cerveza, porque esta categoría fueron de pura adrenalina, te la merece. Así que págale la comida también los muchachos del Coquí, restaurante El Coquí, dale para el full truck. Arroz con gandules, con carne frita, tienen pastelillo. No sé si es empanadilla acá o es pastelillo, pero tienen eso disponible. Así que dale para allá, para el full truck El Coquí. Dímelo, Helio. Estamos secos, Helio, estamos secos. Mentira. Dímelo, David, no te me duermas. Dímelo, Tinguita.
I mean, wow, what a round number 2 of Competition Clutch Warriors versus Tres Corto. So what do you think, Higgins? Good?
Oh, I just took a bite. You're going to have to give me a couple minutes here, bud.
Yeah, so I'll probably give him like 20 minutes to enjoy that. But again,
I need you. Man, that was
a wild round of Warriors versus Tres Corto. I'm telling you, the action is hot and heavy here at Maryland National Raceway 20th Annual House Work on 5% by Weisco.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oils. 100% PAO-based oil, the Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower, free up your engine to perform its best. Top-performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology, the same friction reducer used by top racers, designed for any engine. Lab-formulated, dyno-tested, track-proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Welded, pumps, regulators, filters, fueling champions.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oils. 100% PAO-based oil, the Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower. Free up your engine to perform its best. Top performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology. The same friction reducer used by top racers. Designed for any engine. Lab formulated, dyno tested, track proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
There's no other race like it in the world. The 28th Annual Haltech World Cup Finals, presented by Wiseco. And you're watching it live from Maryland International Raceway, powered by these awesome sponsors.
So good, folks. I tell you what, we've taken a lot of pictures up here of the four of us, signed a couple autographs. Well, at least I have. So let's go to
Signing your own piece of paper doesn't qualify as an autograph, bud.
No, it was somebody. I signed an autograph for somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Well, then I will take that back.
As Keith O on the left-hand side of the racetrack. Coyote powered. Jim Braun on the right side, his 2012 Mustang.
Viene Gran Nacional en el carril izquierdo. Kate en los controles. Jim Brown en su Mustang por el carril derecho. Motor Coyote, el de el Gran Nacional por el carril izquierdo. Team Domestic.
All right, so here we go. Keith O and Jim Braun, a battle of fours here. Coyote power over on the left side for Keith O. As I need Fast Motorsports Wild Street to lane 7 and Turbo Smart Limited Street, lane number 5, please. Fast Motorsports Wild Street to lane number 7. Turbo Smart Limited Street, lane number 5. Here we go. Honda John and Braun. And a red light for Jim Braun. So Keith O will get the free pass into round 2, 7:16 at 195. Near identical to what he qualified on. And Jim Braun, I don't know what happened to him, but he just flat left early. And Keith O will move on to round number 3 of the quarterfinal rounds. Next up, it will be Farouk Aziz out of Nashua, New Hampshire. And Jacob Condon on the right side.
Bien, nos vamos con Import por el carril izquierdo. Con Farouk en su GTR. Carril derecho, el Mustang de Jacob. Cualificando en la posición número 3, el Domestic por el carril derecho. Cualificando en la posición número 14, el GTR por el carril izquierdo con 7:38.
So here we go. Faroud and Jacob. GTR on the left, GT 500 on the right, the Mustang. As Faroud now just doing the burnout. Again, folks, we've said this many, many times. Again, a capacity crowd here at Maryland National Raceway this afternoon as we do this one in memory of Chris Miller.
Bien, ahora sí, all-wheel drive por el carril izquierdo, trasera por el derecho. Nos vamos Import versus Domestic GTR versus Mustang. El número 3 versus el número 14.
A big advantage for Jacob Conant. This one is over. 695, 171. A lot of smoke out of the Faroud car. And they're going to check the racetrack here. So it's coming out of the turbo, at least on our monitor here. All right, so they just called for cleanup on the racetrack here, so we are going to be down for a couple of minutes while the officials take care of this. We get Faster Motorsports Wild Street. Need you to lane number 7, please. Faster Motorsports Wild Street, lane 7. Turbo Smart Limited Street, lane number 5, please. Turbo Smart Limited Street, lane 5. As we take a look at the replay, and boom.
Mira, recuerda que puedes pasar por los distintos sitios de comida que tenemos por ahí, en especial por el Coquí, ya tú sabes, food truck que tienen ahí los arroz con gandules, amarillo y carne frita bien boricua. Pásate por allá que están bien agradecidos por el apoyo de ustedes este fin de semana, la gente de El Coquí.
Pumps, lines, fittings, and so much more. They're backed by the most knowledgeable and friendly staff with the absolute best customer service in the industry. Visit them on the Vendor Midway for some amazing deals you'll only get at World Cup Finals. Whether it's import or domestic, on land or water, South Bay Fuel Injectors is your fuel solution company.
Save serious money on the parts you need at Summit Racing Equipment. Celebrating 55 years as the world's speed shop. Get more bang for your buck at summitracing.com. Choose from millions of in-stock parts from over 1,500 name brands. Parts for racing, street performance, hot rods and customs, trucks, trailers, plus tools, accessories, and more. Shop anytime, anywhere with the Summit Racing app. Stop by the Summit Racing display and pick up the latest Summit Racing catalog with money-saving discount coupons. Good for your next purchase at summitracing.com. Power your passion at summitracing.com.
At Stocky Auto Works, we house all of your performance needs. Turbos, ECU, fueling, suspension. We do it all. We ship worldwide and offer competitive pricing. We also offer in-house engine building, tuning, and custom fabrication. Ask us about our financing programs we offer with little as nothing down and 100 days same as cash.
Carlos De Leon, Trace Porto. Said it was a hell of a run.
It was a hell of a run. About third, fourth gear, he started pulling in on me. I was looking at his fender from third all the way to fifth gear, and I got him on top end.
I heard it was the fastest race of the day.
Yes, it was. It was my first hit of the day. I don't know what I ran yet because I don't have my ticket yet, but we got the win.
Good stuff. You're moving on.
Yep. Thank you so much.
600 horsepower to 6,000 horsepower.
Bueno, mi gente, y aunque haga este frío, el Bikini Contest no está cancelado, así que ya mismito les avisamos que con este frío ya están ready, no te preocupes.
Atomizer racing injectors are the only 100% customer rebuildable racing injector brand on the market. Patented and proven with more wins and championships than any other racing injector. Atomizer manufactures the highest quality purpose-built racing injectors in the industry and remains the #1 selling racing injector worldwide for racers by racers for 16 years running. Best of all, every Atomizer injector is built with pride in the USA. Shop online today, and for a limited time, you can save 20% off every injector with the exclusive event code WCF at checkout. www.atomizerfuelcomponents.com.
TAE Used Auto Parts has been operating out of Tampa, Florida for over 10 years, specializing in used high-performance, import, and domestic parts and vehicles. TAE is a small, team-operated business, providing the market and enthusiast with high-quality used auto parts. With TAE shipping out of a 70,000 square foot warehouse on several acres and over 25,000 items in stock ready to be shipped worldwide, they've become one of the top-ranked sellers on eBay. TAE promises fast shipping and handling time and offers free domestic shipping to businesses in the lower 48. All parts are tested before leaving the warehouse and are backed by a 30-day warranty.
If you're serious about being in the winner's circle, then you have to be serious about Cali's performance products. Cali's crankshafts, camshafts, and connecting rods have grown to be the industry leader for innovative product design. Now, with our sister company, Energy Manufacturing, machining billet aluminum, cast aluminum, and cast iron blocks, we have the complete bottom end for your next engine. Be sure and visit our tent on the Midway. You can also visit Cali's online at www.calis.com or Energy at www.energymanufacturing.com. Rotor Piston Motorsports is a group of dedicated and driven individuals that have a true passion for creating reliable and quality projects. We strive to build the highest quality motors and cars that'll not only turn heads, but will be reliable in the long run. Every build is done with the same passion that we would put into our own cars. We don't want you to think of us as a shop that just works on cars, but a community of people that know how to work on your cars and cares about every single one. Every build is different because we want to build a car that is for you, not just a copy and paste build.
We specialize in turbo, rotary, and piston engines. We have a 15,000 square foot shop in Hagerstown, Maryland that's fitted with all state-of-the-art tools to build whatever you can think of. We're a full-service performance shop complete with a fab shop, AWD dyno jet, engine building and cleaning rooms with full 6-lift service areas. We have 3 master techs on staff with a full-time fab guy. Give us a call at 240-293-3384 and we'll make your dreams come true.
Induction Performance is the premier provider for all things sport compact. Specializing in the legendary 2JZ, the team at Induction Performance has been supplying the world's fastest imports for over a decade. Located in Tampa, Florida, Induction Performance ships worldwide and has everything you need from all the industry's leading brands available in one place. Induction Performance is a stocking distributor for Brian Crower, Precision Turbo, Fuel Injector Clinic, TurboSmart, and more. And they're experts in engine management, offering tuning services and advice to help you get into the right system from the best brands like Motec, Haltech, and FuelTech. Stop shopping at multiple places and let the dedicated and experienced team at Induction Performance help you plan and build your project while providing the guidance necessary to take it to the next level. Some of the fastest street and race cars in the world choose Induction Performance for their needs. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today at 813-443-5064. Bellick Industries Racing Wheels, located in sunny Miami, Florida, offers 3-piece and 1-piece billet race wheels. Whether your car runs a 5 or 12-second quarter mile, Bellick Industries has wheels for your mildest to your wildest import, domestic, or exotic application. Front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, with or without a beadlock, we've got you covered. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Bellick Industries. Be sure to come check out all of our new products and ask about our dealer programs in the Vendor Midway. Bellick Industries, your #1 choice for racing wheels.
Red Horse Performance provides the performance and racing industry with engine plumbing components, including AN fittings, braided hoses, and specialty adapters, along with brake line, nitrous, and other fuel system components. They've also stepped up their customer service game and are on the ground with their enclosed trailer that's packed with AN plumbing parts for the racers. They have all their tooling and a workstation to build AN assemblies on site. So go see them if you run into plumbing.
All right, ready to get back to it. Cody Phillips and Bad Brad Shearer. Cody Phillips out of South Weber, Utah, and Brad Shearer, who set the Ford Godzilla motor record yesterday, and I'm telling you, out of Fort Myers, Florida.
So we got an import versus domestic matchup here, and it's going to be a little bit of east versus west, if you will, as Bad Brad Shearer, as you said, Fabian, broke the Godzilla world record here on the right side of the racetrack. Eric Holiday doing all the tuning duties here. Cody Phillips left side, the 2JZ powered Supra, who's been a little bit underwhelming this weekend. We know this car's got a lot more left in it. I'm curious to see what he'll do on this run. Ooh. As out in front is going to be the Mustang. Cody Phillips going to try to chase him down.
Got him in the lights!
At the lights, the Supra. 689.3, 195. What a back half drive for Cody Phillips.
695, 189 for Brad Shearer. They were 5 thou apart, but look at Cody Phillips went nearly 5/10 quicker than he qualified. My goodness.
And Bad Brad Shearer, a bracket car out there, 1 thou to what he ran in qualifying.
That is impressive. If we were about 5 thou on reaction time, that was a great drag race, and Cody Phillips moving on to the quarterfinal round of Street Fighter.
Cody Phillips pasa a la siguiente ronda. Había cualificado con 7:13 y hizo 6:89, mejor tiempo para él, y pasa a la siguiente ronda.
As we do have one stopped up at the top of the racetrack, the ATV going to roll on out and go grab him real quick. Nope, we're moving now, so we're good. Never mind. False alarm. So Mark Conley right side here, that BES Power 90 Mustang out of Kentucky, taking on the Four Doors of Fun Cadillac George Benson in that CTSV. Your number 16 to number 1 qualifiers here on paper, but again, we've seen a lot of upsets so far. So qualifying only matters for positioning order. Now it's get it done time. Conley here was your number 1 with a 682.0. Benson, we've only seen him run an 839.9 for his best pass. Needs to have everything go right for an opportunity to take out Conley here.
Así mismo, oye, en el carril derecho tenemos a Martín, que cualificó en la posición número 1 con 6.82 y se enfrenta a el número 16 que pasó con 8.39. Vamos a ver si el Cadillac logra salir por la puerta ancha en estos momentos.
Both drivers bumping it. Conley's got to leave him in the dust. See you later, Martin Conley moving on to round 2. 59 to the line, a 684.1 at 203 miles an hour. But look at the pass for Benson. Best pass by far of the weekend. A 718.5 at 195. But he was also late on the tree and still not able to get there behind Conley. Benson does save the best pass for last, but it's still not anywhere going to be enough.
As our next pair coming up, how about this one? This is going to be interesting. Haley James in the War Eagle on the right-hand side of the racetrack, and Daniel Rodriguez. Haley with her first ever 6-second 200-mile-per-hour pass recently in qualifying. She has won here at the World Cup. And we think back to a number of years ago, the staging battle between Haley and Steve Oliveira, the Section 8 machine. So Haley James on the right-hand side, Haley James Racing, 444 customer pair, bullpen, 1320 junkie, RPS Mentor Infamous out there helping her out, and Daniel Rodriguez.
Haley James, Girl Power por el carril derecho, con el número 6 en la clasificatoria con 6.97. Le toca contra el cubano Daniel Rodríguez en la CB All Wheel Drive Import por el carril izquierdo.
The War Eagle on the right-hand side of the racetrack, originally from New Mexico, then Indianapolis, and now the Floridian. And she knows how to get it done on this racetrack. She's a former winner here at the World Cup.
Keep an eye on Daniel Rodriguez. Mile per hour wise is right there with James, but he's got to get the short time figured out here. If he can get that 60-foot down, might have an opportunity to beat out the quicker James here on the right side of the racetrack.
And right now we got a staging to a finally start. Jimmy Howard's had enough points them in. Remember, I'll tell you what, Haley loves staging last. And still nobody's moving. Oh, Haley stages first. Haley got him on the tree, and this one is over. 692, 196, a career best ET for Haley James in the War Eagle.
Haley James con nueva marca personal, mejorando a 6.92 de los 6.97 que había cualificado, y pasa a la siguiente ronda.
Next pair going to be rolling out of the water box. It's going to be the Cadillac CTSV, another four-door fun machine of Chris Conway. Chris had a great lap in qualifying, went to the number 4 spot, and has been fairly consistent as he joined the 6-second zone, was 7-0 and 7-11 otherwise. Joe Taub on the right side, he's had 2 730 passes in qualifying for the Mustang here, the LS powered entry on the right lane. So Conway in the Cadillac should be the quicker of the two if everything comes together just right for his machine.
Chris Conway, Joe Taub. Ready to go to the CTSV, taking on the Mustang. Here in round number 1 of JPC Racing Street Fighter.
Taub will stage in first. Conway will stage second. Light's going to come down. Hit the tires. Is going to be Taub. Conway pulls away. Wind light will shine for the Cadillac. 736.6 at 165. Pulls the chutes. And a 1034.4 there for Joe Taub.
Chris Conway pasa a la siguiente ronda con 7.36, una reacción de 0.19 y el Cadillac pasa dominando a la siguiente ronda.
Here comes a big matchup here. James Kemp, Tacoma, Washington, number 2 qualifier, 2 at 687 at 217 miles per hour. With that 217, he had no parachutes down in front of the racetrack, was able to get the car stopped and around the turn. And Joshua Schwartz to the right side. As they're going to back him up again, and oh, no.
I think I see a little moisture on those tires there, Fabian, here for James Kempf. Now, I don't know what that's going to showcase, but I can tell you this. Josh Schwartz, though, if those tires are wet, it may help Schwartz out. Now, he has struggled to leave the starting line also this week, and he's had one good qualifying effort. That got him into the field here with that Whipple Supercharged Challenger. So we could see a potential odd matchup here. Now, the all-wheel drive entry there left side of James Kemp has put some fantastic passes on here at the Haltech World Cup Finals, and we'll see if Schwartz could maybe get very lucky and steal one. What an arm.
Wow, I think the ladies of the World Cup Finals throw a t-shirt, but here we go. And look at this, pedal
Schwartz
fast.
is pedaling out there. Issues for Kemp. Schwartz might steal one.
But Kemp's trying to chase it down.
The challenger of
Oh!
gonna steal one. Upset City here at the World Cup. 10:24 with an 8 at 147 there for the challenger. 11:06.3 for Kemp. Issues on both sides of the racetrack. It's going to be Josh Schwartz able to get enough to get it back.
Y le pasó factura el foul que cometieron haciendo el burnout atrás del agua. Pasan por encima del agua, no hacen el burnout, se mete con las gomas mojadas y le cuesta la carrera a Jeff Kemp en la CB más rápida del mundo.
Wow, what a run there. And Joshua Schwartz with the win of his life. As we have a replay of this one, as look at that, they both strikes the tires, jumps back in it, and gets sideways. He's like, I don't see him, I don't see him, I don't see him. And James Kemp was coming hard, but just ran out of racetrack.
I feel like Kemp must have had more than one issue because I feel like it was not just the moisture on the tires, but maybe missed a shift in the process because he couldn't get those RPMs the way it needed to get up there. So you've got a couple different issues happening there. Kemp, surprisingly, on a losing side here. Josh Schwartz going to go look at that data, make some big adjustments, and hope he can try to get another round here.
Exactly. Now, Kiefer Simpson going to get a broke by here as Tony Phillips unable to make the call. So Kiefer gets a free shot at the racetrack.
Going into eliminations, I feel like at this point, if you're using A to B tune-ups, you're going to be in trouble. You have to use these opportunities to get data for the next round. Turn the wake up, see if the track will hold it, and not just that, but see if the car will hold it. Will the suspension set the way that it needs to? Will the weight transfer properly? Or will it unload the tires and just blow them off? And the answer so far with the wheels up starting here for Kiefer. Looks like they're trying something. Top of the racetrack here for Simpson.
694!
Kip Simpson, congratulations. Welcome to the 6-second zone.
Kiefer Simpson and Mama is happy on that one. 694 at 199 miles per hour. So Kiefer Simpson, his first 6 and the fastest run he's ever made. Wow.
Bienvenido al club de los 6 segundos, Kiefer Simpson, que logra correr 6.94 a 199, entrando al club de los 6 segundos por primera vez. Muchas felicidades al crew.
Man, oh man, I tell you, Kiefer had never been in I mean, lower than the 7.0s in his career. Normally, this is the 8th mile car that he runs, you know, the Duck X races and Radio Outlaw series, but a 694 at almost 200 miles per hour. And I guarantee when he sees that time slip, he's going to be ecstatic. Let's take a look at the replay. That car brought the front wheels up and brought him back down, and he was just along for a straight and true pass down the racetrack. Wow, 694, 199.67 miles per hour. That'll be it for JPC Racing Street Fighter. All right, I need round number 2 of Real Street Performance Extreme Front Wheel Drive to lane number 3, please. Real Street Performance Extreme Front Wheel Drive, round number 2 to lane number 3. Real Street Performance Extreme Front Wheel Drive, lane 3. And that puts Mickey Thompson Tires Outlaw versus Extreme on standby. Mickey Thompson Tires Outlaw versus Extreme on standby.
It's the Street Fighter. It's Haley James. I thought you heard it.
No, you know, everybody knows the race cars leak a little bit sometimes, so I think a little bit of oil pushed out of the side of the front cover, just dripping on the header a little bit at the end here. Fire crew was quick. We're good.
If it ain't leaking, it got no oil in it.
Correct. Yeah.
First 200-mile pass last night. Talk to us about that.
Last year when we came here, I was able to go 692 at 199.59. That was the last round that I lost, and I was like, damn, I really wanted to get that 200, but it didn't happen. So this year, obviously going for that 200-mile-an-hour zone, you know, try to break that barrier, and we didn't go faster ET-wise. It was 697 at 200.59, so it was exactly 1 mile an hour to the thou, quicker than last year's 199, and yeah, it was, I mean, super exciting. It's cool to join the 200-mile-an-hour club.
Pretty cool. So that was a check in the box.
Absolutely, yeah.
Haley James checks the box.
So once again, Extreme Front Wheel Drive, round number 2. Needs you to lane number 3, please. Extreme Front Wheel Drive, round 2 to lane 3. I need Mickey Thompson Tires Outlaw versus Extreme to lane 1, please. Mickey Thompson Tires Outlaw versus Extreme to lane 1. And Extreme Front Wheel Drive, round number 2 to lane 3. Also, again, folks, if you are broke in any class, not going to make the next round, please let us know up here in the tower or let the officials know in the back of the lanes. But again,
Full pass. Yeah.
Real Street Performance, Extreme Front Wheel Drive, round 2 to lane number 3. And second round of Mickey Top Tires Outlaw versus Extreme to lane number 1.
It's Street Fighter. It's Kiefer, Jack Bauer, Sutherland, Simpson. You watch 24, right?
Maybe maybe back in the day. I'm not quite sure, but
You said that's how you got the name.
yeah, after Kiefer Sutherland, but I don't watch many movies or shows, so
Check out 24. So the other half of your team's gone 200. What's taking so long?
So Haley's car back there, definitely it's on a string right now, and we've been struggling with the changes on American Express, and for now we'll take the win of going in the 6-second zone, but 200's there, but pass by pass, I guess.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about last night when you got out of the car and your eyes were, I was like 10 feet away and your eyes were like right in my face because you had a scary moment.
I did. We've made some different chassis changes and weight reductions, and either it went left too hard or I drove it too far, but it was next to Haley, and the biggest thing was just if I was going to touch the wall, then just stay out of her lane. So for that, I'm grateful, and I stayed off the wall. So
Kiefer's moving on.
So once again, folks, getting ready for round number 2. A Grandis Racing stick shift. All right, so again, folks, are you folks enjoying yourselves here at the World Cup Finals? Let me hear you out there. Who's having a good time here this afternoon? All right, let's go stick shift. Nick Coleman out of Sussex, Wisconsin. Coleman Customs and Let It Eat Performance. And Chris Moore out of Waynesville, North Carolina, the 2000 Chevrolet Camaro. Nick Coleman, the quickest stick shift machine on the planet. He's been as quick as a 6:49.9. This is qualifying number 2 here at 6:84.4. Again, this is round number 2. A Grandis Racing stick shift. Again, our 32 car fields had their round 1s last night, and we are completing round 1 of all classes. Waiting on more to stage. There we go. Start of it. Give it to the truck. There goes Nick Coleman. Top of the racetrack. A 675 at 210 miles an hour for the truck. Coleman had 400s in his pocket on the start line. That was plenty. Here's Vlad Yevtushenko on the left-hand side of the racetrack in that Supra, and Thomas West in the S2000 out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about an hour away for the bikini contest. Bikini contest at 3 o'clock. On the Hitchcock Auto Works stage, we'll have the Tower and Bikini contest in just under an hour at 3 o'clock. So Yevtushenko and West. Here we go. Yevtushenko and West. And what happened to West or Yevtushenko? And that is the official ruling from starter Jimmy Howard. Vlad Yevtushenko timed out. You only have 7 seconds. 8:49 for Thomas West. So again, Higgins, real quick, explain to the fans exactly what is the timeout and how does it work?
Well, first of all, I'm going to start with Thomas West because I don't think he's going to ever put the nose clip back on that car at the rate that he's going.
I wouldn't.
Going back to what you were saying. So you have 7 seconds to stage when that bottom bulb gets lit for your opponent. 7 seconds. You got to get it in. If you want to sit there for a second and play games, that's fine. But all you're doing is actually putting yourself in a situation. So you'll see guys play games. They'll count their head 1, 2, 3, 4, then stage. But then something could go wrong. So you always want to make sure that you race your race. Because if you don't, you may not win.
So again, to give you folks another inside drag. I think my drag race officiating 201 in this one. If you look up on the start line, there's a box on the cord that our starter's on. That's the auto start switch. And what the starter's activating, he's not activating the tree. He's activating auto start. So once both cars are pre-staged, they flip the switch. At that point, the computer takes over from there. And once that switch is armed and one car is staged, the other only has 7 seconds at that point. Here's Jonathan Sy, who pulled off a gigantic upset over CleetusmcFarland last night, and Josh Tonsky on the left side.
Yeah, Jonathan Sy is the guy that's been, import drag racing for a while, stand-up dude, and I know it's not something he wanted to do deliberately, but unfortunately, it's one of those things where you turn on around when you move on. So it was a huge upset. Everything went his way, and Josh Tonsky to his left, who won this category in its inception in 2021. So the Newport News Virginia man knows how to get it done here at the World Cup.
Mira, carril derecho se encuentra el Civic que anoche eliminó a CleetusmcFarland. Por el carril derecho, Jonathan. Carril izquierdo, Josh. Cualificando la posición número 9. Le toca con el número 21 por el derecho.
So Jonathan Sy will go into the pre-stage beams. Now we wait for Josh Tonsky to join him. It's going to be import versus domestic matchup. The Honda here on the right lane. Tonsky, the Mustang, in the left. As neither driver going to stage yet. First to stage is going to be Tonsky, waiting on Jonathan Sy. Build, boost, bump it in. Light's going to come down. Reaction time advantage will go to Tonsky as Sy is late. Jonathan Sy, the Cinderella story will end here, and it's going to be a 7:19.4 there for Tonsky as we have debris out on the racetrack. So, looks like Tonsky lost the rear window. So here the official replay from Flow Racing. Keep an eye on the Mustang. As I'll tell you what, Sy was trying to get through the gears, did a great job, and Tonsky's rear window, as the chutes will deploy, will exit the chat there. Oh, and got destroyed by the parachutes, too. Actually, I caught up in that left parachute, it looked like, and just gets obliterated. It's over there, and over there, and over there, and over there, and over there.
Mickey Thompson, Outlaw versus Extreme. Need you to lane number 1, please. Mickey Thompson tires, Outlaw versus Extreme, lane 1. Extreme front wheel drive. Need you back to lane 3 for round 2. Extreme front wheel drive, round 2, lane 3. Ben Hodgman, Daniel Ramirez. There goes Hodgman. Problems for Daniel Ramirez in the Evo 8. Moving on to round number 3, 818, 191. And what a weekend Hodgman has had from, driving through the crash the other night to moving on now to round number 3.
So to confirm with what he means by driving through the crash, Rotenberry came across the nose almost, if you will, a couple days ago. As here on the replay. And so it doesn't go anywhere. Well, great driving job out there from Hockman, too.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Fabian's talking about is, I believe it was Nathan Rotenberry with a hard crash a couple nights ago and actually came across in front of Hockman while he was actually trying to make a qualifying effort. As Rotenberry actually got caught up in his own fluid. Car just went straight across, and Hockman actually had to drive basically almost into the other lane, took out a block, actually took out the 1,000-foot and both quarter-mile cones, and actually driving through the fluid was able to keep her going straight and still managed to keep most of the car in the lane, shockingly. So,
absolutely.
You have a weekend like that, and you're like, well, maybe things will go my way a little bit, and he's struggled a little bit in qualifying. Now he's going into third round for the Greatest Racing stick shift.
We're going to check the racetrack real quick. Now, John Rogers in the 98 240 SX, they have a bye run here to round number 3. Goes out from Mikey K to crank him up. So John Rogers will have a bye run.
Y se va vía Byron. John Rogers por el carril derecho, cualificando en la posición número 5 con 6.94. Bajo los pisos de Import Drag Solution, Turbo Smart, Induction Performance y Precision Turbo.
So we will have a couple more broke by runs after the run here by Rogers. The Import Drag Solution machine here on the right side, 240SX, 2JZ power. Best run of the weekend so far, 694.8, 205 in qualifying.
Okay, Making Time Tires, Outlaw versus Extreme, round number 2 to lane 1, please. Making Time Tires, Outlaw versus Extreme, round 2 to lane 1. As here we go, there goes Rogers on a solo, top end of the racetrack, he's out of it.
Well, I tried something.
Yeah.
First to second was good. Second after was not.
Categoría Outlaw versus Extreme. Favor de reportarse a el carril número 1 y 2 ahora para el segundo round.
There's Jared Ward. He's also going to be on a single.
Toyota Supra 2JZ por el carril derecho, Jared Ward. Forward Performance está tuneado por V-Lab.
Also, if you were one of the drivers that won a 5-gallon pail of VP fuel, make sure you go pick that up at the VP trailer before 5 o'clock. As Jared Ward goes a 7.99 at 178 miles an hour. Good, solid run for Jared Ward, and that Supra moving on to round number 3.
Óyeme, con 9.60 que había cualificado, pasa vía Byron a la ronda número 3 y esta vez con 7.99 a 178 millas por hora para Jared Ward. Y de Jared Ward pasamos a este Integra Miles Kurt. Acura Integra All Wheel Drive por el carril derecho, Honda Power. Y no hay,
So Miles Curtis going to idle it on down.
no hay necesidad de gastar goma ni gastar gasolina. Por eso se va, mira, suavecito. Pasa a la siguiente ronda.
They are. That's the most excited I've ever seen anybody about a 24-second run ever. But
hey, it doesn't matter how you get hyped or why you get hyped. You just got to be hyped.
Exactly. So that is it for round number 2 of Grandest Racing Stick Shift. We got round number 2 of Fast Motorsports Wild Streak coming up. Now, don't forget
Thomas West Stick Shift. We talked the other day, but what's with this?
Well, we were at PRI, and I saw this on display. It was the only one made, and I absolutely had to have it. They told me to try it on. It fit. I walked out with it.
So I just told you with the new look, it looks like from the front Predator, but you actually had a follow-up to that.
Yeah, the Alien versus Predator with the way the alien's head looks. That's the way we made it look. I mean, not intentionally, but it came out that way. We thought it was pretty cool.
Maybe we just renamed the class.
There we go. Alien versus Predator.
he tried to burn you down?
Yeah, so I sat on the line. I got both. He staged first. I came into the second bulb, and he never lit his bulb, so I didn't get on the chip. I just sat there. We got a radiator, and we're running an intercooler. So I sat there on the line. He timed out. I saw everything drop. I didn't have enough time to get on the chip, so I just let it eat, but I thought it was a race. I didn't know what was going on at that point, so I just took off down the track. It felt like I hit scramble because this thing just moved, and it blew our window out, so we got a window to fix. But we're going to round 3, guys.
As they say in racing, no bulbs, no win.
That's it, baby. We made it.
He's moving on.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oil's 100% PAO-based oil. The Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower. Free up your engine to perform its best. Top-performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology. The same friction reducer used by top racers. Designed for any engine. Lab-formulated, dyno-tested, track-proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Welded pumps, regulators, filters, fueling champions.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
23 and 21. He went deep in eliminations back in 2022, and I believe he got to the semis, if my memory serves me right. Charlie Barnes has gone some career best so far here this weekend on the quarter mile, and he hopes to try to continue that momentum. Now, Wes Irvin here on the right side, and the Justin Bowmaker-owned machine has had some fantastic laps in that 302 turbo entry. Barnes there, the Coyote Power. 2013 Boss Mustang with JPC Racing, 1320 Fabrication, and drove collision on board. Irvin there with the Bowmaker Wealth Management, Irvin Repair, and McCoy Auto Sales.
Tenemos con Barnes por el carril izquierdo, poderoso Mustang con 7.38 cualificando el del carril derecho con 7.23, otro Mustang de Wes Irvin.
No games will be played here as these two race each other consistently and have a lot of respect for each other. The race time advantage will go over to Wes Irvin. Charlie Barnes trying to keep up. Wes Irvin, though's got too much. Right side, give it to Irvin. 721 with a 3, 186. And a 733.7 there for Charlie Barnes. It's another good lap for Charlie, but unfortunately, he's going to come up just short.
Pasa Wes Irvin a la siguiente ronda. Esta vez Charlie no pudo salir por la puerta ancha, pero son cosas que pasan.
So Jason Ostrom coming to be on the right side of the racetrack, all the way from Arizona in his Honda Civic. Probably one of the two guys on the property that's had the worst luck this week, and him and Chris Varney, in my personal opinion, have got to get the hard luck awards. Now, Ostrom finally got something to go his way last night, and a pedal fest, spin fest, mischief fest, whatever you want to call it, but was able to get something to go in his direction, and I'm sure that was a huge confidence builder for him. His opponent going to be here left side, Mark Podkowick, the Naples, Florida-based K20 Series power there for that 2000 Civic 96 body here in the right.
Serie B por el carril derecho, Serie K por el carril izquierdo. All-wheel drive por el carril derecho, Jason Ostrom. Mark por el carril izquierdo.
Ostrom got to get it out of first gear. That's going to be moved up. Oh, you don't see. Oh,
wait a minute.
Get back in. It's going to be Ostrom. They're both going to kind of get her going. Ostrom with another lucky round. A 10.66 1 at 145 as the very strange story continues here for Ostrom.
Oye, y Austin sigue bañadito de suerte. Lleva todo el fin de semana con una suerte terrible. El carro no le ha corrido bien, pero se comen las luces, fallan, hacen tire shake y el pana sigue ganando. Está bendecido Austin.
I will say the one thing that does concern me on that run that I did see, and Jose, I'm sure you saw it also, was that perfect circle, smoke circle that came out of the turbo. It's usually not a good sign. Next pair going to be coming up here. Kyle Wade of the MR2 out of Florida. K-Series power for this machine. And Joe Glockner, your number one qualifier here in the Coyote-powered Mustang.
El número 1 en clasificar el Mustang por el carril izquierdo con un tiempo de 7.13 con motor Coyote Domestic. Se enfrenta al Import MR2 por el carril derecho de Kyle Wade. FuelTech Precision Turbo bajo el auspicio y nada más y nada menos que Poder Honda K24 por el carril derecho.
So Kyle Wade, who's had some pretty consistent laps so far, going anywhere from that 50 to 70 zone. Now, Joe Glockner has just been consistently quick here with the Mustang. Did take the number one qualifying spot in the final qualifier of the night and has looked very, very good and an early favorite to keep an eye on here. But again, it doesn't matter all that much when you really put it down there on the starting line. We've seen a lot of upsets so far. But of the two, I like Glockner here, as long as this thing can hook up. The Mustang will stage first. The MR2 will stage second. Lights going to be down. Race time advantage will go over to Glockner. Glockner out in front. The Mustang will pull away from the MR2. Joe Glockner moving on to third round here at JBC Racing Street, Wild Street.
Faster Motorsports Wild Street, but 731, 189.
In my defense, I actually have the JPC Racing Street Fighter ladder that I was actually just looking at a minute ago. So, Faster Motorsports Wild Street, Joe Glockner going to be moving on here.
Y seguimos con la categoría de Faster Motorsport Wild Street. Y esta vez el carril izquierdo está Eric Gold. La poderosa está en el carril derecho Frank Provenza en el Mustang. Cualificando la posición número 4 con 7.23. Le toca contra el número 11 con 7.39 el Starler. Vamos allá, Import versus Domestic.
This is one of the matchups actually that I have marked personally of one that I'm excited to see. Frank Provenza here, right side of the Pro-Charged Cobra, and left side is going to be Eric Gold, the 81 Starlet from Franklinton, North Carolina. Gold has been picking up every time he's made a run, the Starlet has been quick. The tuner here in the left lane has been doing a great job making his return to driving at the World Cup Finals. Frank Provenza, I believe this is his second or third at this point, and has been very consistent on the quarter mile. It's import versus domestic, and it's Maryland versus North Carolina here on the starting line, as the Starlet will stage last and flicker the bottom bulb, and issues there for gold. He's going to hit the tires, and Frank Provenza will roll down to third round here in the Faster Motorsports Wild Street category.
725, 189 for Frank Provenza. As Eric Gold, the only good thing about that one, he was 0-10 on the Christmas tree. That was it.
Frank Provenza pasa a la siguiente ronda con 7.25 a 189 porque tuvo problemas. Vamos arriba Mariachi, vamos arriba México en la casa. Por el carril izquierdo. Ahí está, levanta la bandera mexicano, levanta la bandera.
Next pair going to be coming up, Carlos Pedroza, left side, Laurel, Maryland, K20 power under the hood here for the 92 Civic. Bottom side of the ladder, taking on David Constantino. Constantino the Supra, your number 2 qualifier to 7:14.2 here for that 2JZ powered Supra.
Viene carril derecho, David Consentino, uno de los corredores más on fire en esta categoría White Street, cualificando en la posición número 2 con 7.14. Le toca contra el mexicano Carlos Pedroza. México en la casa por el carril izquierdo. Viene mexicano, mueve esa bandera mexicano, vamos allá.
Import versus import here. Got the Toyota power and the Honda power. Pre-stage beams on for both, as Constantino will stage it first, waiting on Pedroza to join. Finally does. Reaction times are going to be advantage to Constantino. See ya later to the Supra. David Constantino moves on. 7:13.7, 196. He just leaves Carlos Pedroza in his dust. Hit the tree, drove it down there, moves on. 34 reaction time for David Constantino.
Bueno, y queremos felicitar a los mexicanos por su espectacular presentación. Pero hasta aquí lo trajo el barco, pasando David Consentino a la siguiente ronda en su Supra.
As they are calling for the tire drag here on the start line, is looking at the replay on Flow Racing. As Civic, leave a little something out there. You can kind of see it as he's heading on down. Looks like smoke starts to dissipate as he goes down the racetrack, but Constantino with a great lap there. Absolutely just killed the tree. 34 reaction time there from Constantino.
Unleash your engine with Adrenaline Racing Oils, 100% PAO-based oil. The Adrenaline R Series is designed to unlock extra horsepower. Free up your engine to perform its best. Top-performing oils with FR3 nanocarbon technology. The same friction reducer used by top racers. Designed for any engine. Lab-formulated, dyno-tested, track-proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
There's no other race like it in the world. The 28th Annual Haltech World Cup Finals, presented by Wiseco. And you're watching it live from Maryland International Raceway, powered by these awesome sponsors.
So Rui Mateus left side here, as Austin Vincent not going to be able to make the call. Solid pass coming together here for Mateus. Top of the racetrack, going to be a 7:41.2. Best pass of the weekend for Rui Mateus, the K-Series Power Machine. As the Prieto team very happy here. So it's going to be a bye run here for Jeff Kinsler as Kyle Dupree not able to make the call. I'm not saying that it had to do anything with the 14 wheel stands he did last night, but could be. Mustang here right side. Not able to make the call. So Jeff Kinsler and the Firebird getting a broke bye. Top end here for Kinsler. Great lap, 7:28.8, 187 here for Jeff Kinsler and the Firebird. He will move on to third round in Faster Motorsports Wild Street.
7:28 a 187 para Jeff Kinsler, que pasa a la siguiente ronda vía Byron.
As we will change things over now to the limited street category, as they will roll in a water box, going straight in. First pair rolling in to the water box will be Leonard Long and Justin Reggio, two Mustangs getting ready to go. The 95 body style here right side for Leonard Long, 415 under the hood for the number 9 current qualifier, or for the number 9 qualifier. Win is 769.0 at 178. Now Justin Reggio here left side of the racetrack, the LSX powered nitrous aided 03 body Mustang. Metal Performance Center, Wiseco, Callie's, AFCO, ATI Performance Products. Going to be on board here. Holler digging and rigging. Went 766.6 at 176, and I know Justin says this car's got a little bit more left in it, but Leonard Long has actually said the same thing here. So we'll see what these two will be able to do. In theory, should be a fantastic side-by-side run down to the finish line. Leonard Long we saw a couple years ago with a Cinderella-style run and eliminations, got down to the semifinals, and Reggio here on the left side, it's his third World Cup, and continuing to able to squeak a couple rounds out and trying to go more.
I tell you what, Leonard Long, one of the legendary drivers, a multiple-time NMRA champion, and Justin Reggio. Leonard Long been doing this longer than Justin Reggio has been on this earth, but they have a tremendous amount of respect for each other, and they qualified just a couple hundredths of a second apart. Again, Leonard Long, I believe the oldest driver ever to compete here at the World Cup at 77 years old, as they're
Something's going on over in the Reggio camp, and I don't know what it is, but they've got that pasture rope. It's got to be something with a nitrous here. And as I think Reggio's about to get put on the clock,
and he is on the clock. Starter Jimmy Howard is giving him the count. Will
inching that car forward, may turn the top bulb on. If he does, it'll officially start the timer. Actually, the starter has started the timer now.
Will Reggio make it in time?
Bien, y empezaron a contar los segundos para el carril izquierdo.
Running.
I think it's something with a nitrous bottle. That's the area they're messing with, and they said, screw it, they're going to slam the door shut. And starter Jimmy Howard says, that's fine, get it in the beams. As Reggio finally slams the driver's side door shut, and his wife, Katrina, will get him lined up. Now, I don't know what's about to happen here with the Reggio run, but a lot of things not going the way he'd like. Leonard Long will go straight in, Reggio will go straight in. Hitting the tires is going to be Reggio twice, and Leonard Long is going to cruise out to a third round. Leonard Long moving on. 787 to 178 is Justin Reggio. I mean, he tried to hit the tree, but he spun the tires twice out there. I don't know what's going on with that car, but something with that nitrous bottle is where it looks like they were messing around. They're going to go back, take a look at it, although their World Cup hopes will be done this year.
But I tell you what, Leonard Long showed a great deal of sportsmanship by waiting patiently. Didn't like the bulbs yet, because Leonard Long, I tell you, he'd rather lose straight up than win on a technicality.
Yeah,
but
those two gentlemen have a lot of respect for each other. They're actually talking to the staging lanes last night, just kind of about a bunch of different things, how was life, things like that. So there's a lot of respect between them. And I know Leonard, as much as he likes to go around, I don't think that's how he would want to take one. Now, that being said, your next pair that's going to be coming up, you know what? Let's just throw a little bit of, Ford versus GM battle here. How about a Pontiac G8? Rick Crawford here on the right side of the racetrack. Now, Rick Crawford has been known for a lot of things, but he wants to be known for going rounds here with the Pontiac. Right side of the man at Hope Mills, North Carolina, LS Powered G8. To his left, Aaron Barone in the Mustang LS Powered out of New York. No games here, both going to the full stage lights, bringing up the tires. It's going to be Crawford, and it's going to be a nice clean pass here for both. Side by side to the finish line. It's going to be Barone, 774, 3 at 168. And look at Crawford, 770 with a 9 at 177. It's a whole shot win here for Darren Barone. 17 on the reaction time for Barone.
Wow, that was a good old drag race. Rick Crawford goes 770, but out in round number 2. As real quick, I need Atomizer Racing Injectors, Renegade versus Modified, lane number 5, please. Atomizer Racing Injectors, Renegade versus Modified, lane 5. That'll put Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes on standby. But real quickly, I need Damon Chin, RRT Motorsports, Doug Cook, and Sean at Motion Racing to the office to pick up packages, please.
Bien, vamos con Chris en el carril derecho. Poderosa pick-up, Poder Cap 24, carril izquierdo, Jump Starts.
Chris Duckowitz says, see you later to John Stotts. Chris Duckowitz on an easy Sunday drive down to a 771 4 182, and we'll move on to third round at Turbo Smart Limited Street.
771 a 182 para Chris, que pasa en la Pickup K24 a la siguiente ronda. Bien, y vamos de nuevo con otro duelo de import, esta vez Piton versus Rotor. El RX7 por el carril derecho, MR2 por el carril izquierdo.
Next pair going to be coming up here right side. Mike Lieutenant, the rotary powered RX-7 out of Alabama. And to his left, that is going to be Sean Robinson, all the way from Quebec, Canada. The K-Series powered MR2 here in the left lane. And I'll tell you what, you look at the numbers here for the pair. Lieutenant should easily be able to take this one. But we've also seen Mike Lieutenant's car do a lot of dancing out there, boot scoot boogieing, if you will. Robinson more consistently straight down the racetrack for the car nicknamed the Frog here in the left lane. We'll just have to see if he can hit the tree, get it down, and Lieutenant can keep it going, or if Lieutenant keep it going straight, Lieutenant could steal one, Robinson could steal one. I'd say this one's a coin flip.
Se me invitó Sean Robinson por el izquierdo, Mike por el derecho, Poder K20 en el carril izquierdo, dos rotores por el derecho.
Oh, Lieutenant's gonna roll through the beeps!
Oh, and there you go. Sean Robinson will get the free pass to the third round. Oh man, 775 for Robinson.
775 para el MR2 K20. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Jose took the words right out of my mouth. 775, 192. I don't know where that came from, but I'll tell you what, Robinson wasn't fooling around next to Lieutenant, that was for sure.
I mean, but one thing I've noticed that everybody seems to be picking up quite a bit here today. I mean, the sun out. I mean, there's no cloud cover, but it's not as warm as it was like Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. That's for sure.
That's real quick, that's what that is.
So real quick, there's a gray smart car that's parked behind the towers. We got to take a look at a replay. Gray smart car that's parked behind the tower. You need to move it immediately, or we will tow it. Gray smart car parked behind the tower. You need to move it, or we're going to tow it.
Viene con un Smart color gris, aquí atrás de la torre. Por favor, necesito que lo mueva ahora, si no te lo van a llevar en grúa. Un Smart color gris, gracias.
So your next pair going to be coming up here, John Langer and Rich Ong. Now Langer right side, the Pontiac Trans Am out of Philly. Left side, Ong was in the wall just a couple days ago. But so far it's been good. Issues for Langer. It's going to be another upset. Ong's moving around out there, but he's just saying, nope, I don't have Langer next to me. I'm just going to cruise her on down. 872-2129, Rich Ong will move on. Number 15 will take out number 2.
They're going to get him pushed back. John Langer, the number 2 qualifier, done for the day, headed back to Philly a little early. Is again, great smart cars parked behind the tower, needs to be moved immediately, or we're going to move it with the backhoe. Also, Damon Chin, RRT Motorsports, Doug Cook, and Sean at Motion Racing. Please report to the office. You have packages.
I love that car, man, too. That actually kind of hurts me a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that is.
I love both cars. I mean, this is a gorgeous machine here for Langer. Rich Ong, I love that car also. That dude has got, the Hard Work Award so far, or one of them, I should say. I mean, there's probably 15 to 20 guys out here we'd have to give that to, but, Ong's going to move on to third round. Sometimes that's just the way things play out. We've seen a lot of upsets so far here this weekend at the Haltech World Cup Finals presented by Wiseco, some very, very large ones. And this is one of those events that you have to have those types of rounds in order to be able to hoist the World Cup. You got to get 1 or 2 lucky ones.
Rather be lucky than good sometimes.
No, I want to be good all the time, but yes, you do need to have a little luck, every once in a while.
Luck. As we're going to wait for to get the clear top end. Penis and Jason Hunt.
Luis Filipinas por el carril izquierdo. Óyeme, y lo que dicen las puestas es Bounty Drag Racing, un juego de dragueo creado por un boricua. Auspicia el carro por el carril izquierdo, así que el que ha jugado Bounty Drag Racing lo creó un boricua que auspicia el carro que está en el carril izquierdo.
So Louis Filipinas, their left side of the racetrack, the North Carolina-based Cutlass on what might be the smallest tire in the field, a 235 tire here for this entry. Right side of the racetrack going to be Jason Hunt. Jason Hunt, the West Spry owned 99 Integra, 18B Series power for this machine, as on paper 3 and 14 in qualifying. But Jason Hunt knows how to get it done here at the World Cup. Philippines, though, is no slouch. So we'll see what happens with the pair. It should be a great side-by-side import versus domestic matchup right here in Turbo Smart Limited Street, round number 2. As Filipinas will stage it first, Hunt will stage it second. As Hunt's going to fall on the face, and Louis Philippines will pull away. Top of the racetrack here for the 235 tire G-body, 768 with a 1. And I'll tell you what, tough break there for Jason Hunt. Turned on the red light on top of it. Car fell on its face. And the West Bryo machine will be done for the day.
Alrighty, so Louis will go in the next round as our next pair, waiting to y'all clear, as Jesse Izaguirre and David Duffield. David, number 1 qualifier, and then 95 240 SX at a 755 and 180 miles per hour. And Jesse Izaguirre, McHenry, Illinois, in that 2020 Supra. EO speed and 1 fast Supra on board this machine. It's again absolutely gorgeous day here at Maryland National Raceway, and the sun shining down on us in more ways than one. As again, I'm Fabian Brown. That's Chris Higgins. Cacato, Jose with us. Jose, the world famous Jose Colon. I'll tell you what, the pride of Puerto Rico. It's like Higgins is the pride of North Carolina. And I'll
take it.
And I'm the pride of.
Well, David Duffield would be. That was mean.
That was good. That was good. But also here, Jesse Aguirre left side got to come up with something against the number 1 qualifier. Last the stage. And Jesse did his job on the starting line. But wait a minute. Sticking with it. Top end of the racetrack. It's going to be Duffield, 759 at 179 miles an hour.
Mira quién viene por ahí, Boricua, párate Boricua, Kevin Alemán en los controles de Poderoso Supra. Por el carril izquierdo, Prionto Racing. Le toca esta vez con el Mustang. Por el carril derecho, Import versus Domestic.
Next pair coming up here, right side of the race, you're going to be Trent George, the nitrosated Mustang out of Virginia. And he's had some really good laps so far here this weekend. To his left, that's going to be Kevin Ailman in the Supra. So you'll see Norris Prieto line up Ailman here into the beams for the Garrett P Racing machine. So when you look at all the numbers here, Trent George should be the favorite, but Kevin Ailman, we've seen him be able to put some great passes together. We'll see if he can do it again here in the Supra. Trent George with a nitrous car has to put it all pretty much together right on the hit. He's pretty much going to have all the nitrous going to the 60-foot. So if he has it just a little bit too spicy, could knock the tires.
Y ahí va en el carril izquierdo el chofer de delantera más rápido del mundo.
Round 3, 7:72.6 at 175 for Trent George. How about the reaction time? 85 to the light there for the Mustang. And Ailman, a 2:67 reaction time and 8:54.4. Not a great run there for Ailman.
0.85 la reacción para el Mustang en el carril izquierdo, 2.67, un poquito de sueño para Kevin por el carril derecho, 8.54 a 126 millas por hora.
As we will go now to the next round of Extreme Front Wheel Drive. So this will be round 2 for them. As your first pair that's going to roll up, we're going to have Jean-Francois Kelly, and right side going to be Wilson Tavares.
Viene, vamos arriba. Vamos allá, categoría Extreme Front Wheel Drive. Para su segunda ronda eliminatoria, Cookie Team Racing Dominicano. Menea la bandera, dominicano por el derecho. Activo, Wilson Tavares. Vamos allá, Jean F. Kelly. Por el carril izquierdo, Dr. Team. Vamos arriba, duelo en los 7 segundos. CJ Tune en la programación por Cookie Team Racing. Dímelo, Mikey Cabezón, ¿dónde anda?
Both cars 8-0s last time, looking to go side by side 7s. Wilson Tavares right side, JF Kelly left side. Tavares going to be, no, here's JF Kelly. JF Kelly out in front, and it's going to be Jean-Francois Kelly moving on to third round in Roll Street Performance Extreme Front Wheel Drive.
Uf, se nos fue uno de los nuestros. 8.25 ganando carril izquierdo, 171 millas.
So JF Kelly a little bit better on the reaction time, but it looked like Tavares was going to go toe-to-toe with him. And then just past the 3/3 looks like where Tavares gets out of it. JF Kelly gets the round win, and we'll move on again to round number 3. As your next pair.
As real quick, ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to let everybody know that if you are in the Camber Village or racing this weekend, if you want to stay overnight tonight and leave tomorrow morning, you are definitely more than welcome to do that. If you're in Camber Village or racing this weekend, if you want to spend the night tonight and sleep in the morning, you're more than welcome to do so.
So Joe Tavares here, right side of the racetrack, was put in as an alternate and then just said, guess what, I shouldn't be an alternate. Went 200 miles per hour in the last round. Nicole Elf, Miss PSI, will sit to the left. The Demon Motorsports and Boston Scientific entry has been knocking on the door in the 7 qualifying. Went 7th in round 1 as Joel Tavares, I believe it was a 7, see if I can find it real quick on my sheet. 789, I want to say.
Vamos ya, Boricua por el carril derecho, activa de Boricua, Joel Tavares. Acura que ahorita metió 200 millas, chúpate que la bravación. Damita por el izquierdo, Miss PSI, Nicole Elf.
So 781.9 to confirm there for Joel Tavares in round 1. So this is a big matchup here for both, as right now, the man that was in as an alternate is looking like an early favorite. Joel Tavares! Oh! Early red light start with a 112, and Nicole Elf will get a round win and go to round 3.
Ea Rayo sintió la verdadera presión de la damita. Se nos fue otro Bori. Y esta vez fue el boss.
Real quick, final call for Mickey Thompson Outlaw vs. Extreme to lane 1. Final call for Mickey Thompson Tires Outlaw vs. Extreme to 1.
Viene, vayan bajando categoría. Outlaw vs. Extreme, vayan bajando. Segunda ronda eliminatoria. Viene última llamada.
Also need atomizer racing injectors, Renegade versus Modified. Round number 2 to lane 5, please. Atomizer racing injectors, Renegade versus Modified. Round number 2 to lane 5, please.
Viene, vamos allá. Renegade versus Modify a los carriles. Renegade versus Modify a los carriles nuevamente. Michael Marlin por el derecho.
What lane, Fabian?
Ryan Harmon por el carril izquierdo.
So Ryan Harmon with a big upset in the last round took out a favorite of Rafael Famania, as Ryan Harmon will make the run here on the left side. Michael Manley here in the right, taking out Joe Viveros last round, went 799, and I don't think has still shown the true hand just yet here for that Civic out of Nevada. Now Ryan Harmon will have to get another great lap if everything go right for him to be able to move on to that turn, I believe, but I don't think he's really pulled the performance out of this machine the way that he was like to. Been 817 and 820s, 817 in the last eliminator, so if he can get to the 60-foot, get the gears better than Manley, then maybe he can steal one away here from Michael Manley. Michael Manley's been 770s before with that Ramey Racing entry here on the right side. Pre-stage beams come on for both drivers, as starter Jimmy Howard starts to walk forward. Well, Ryan Harmon says, never mind, I'll just go and stage it now. Michael Manley builds boost bumps and lights down. Race time advantage will go to Manley. And Manley has issues on the run. Ryan Harmon trying to do it again. Mr. 31 going to round 3. Ryan Harmon, 8:15.3, 182, moving on.
Zumba pasando a la próxima ronda. Ryan Harmon con el número 31 en la cualificación. Y va para la tercera ronda. Ea Rayete.
Real quick, and gentlemen, we are about less than 10 minutes away from the bikini contest on the stage. Less than 10 minutes away from the bikini contest on the stage. Less 10 minutes.
Vamos allá, David and Gio por el carril derecho. La Civic, la Moosa. Onsi Jiménez por el izquierdo. Desde San Cloud, Florida. David and Gio desde Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Chino Wire, Aria Piston, Fuel Tech de la Cruz Motorsport. Vamos arriba. Rolf Tuning. 7-second alert. 7-second alert. Takeout John Cámara.
So Ozzy Jimenez left side, 786.3 for the number 13 spot. David and Go in a career best 788.3 in qualifying. And I'll tell you what, David, he's really got this program together the last couple years. That B-Series power for this Civic, B18, working really well for him. As left lane of Jimenez, a B-Series under the hood, as neither driver wants to pre-stage, and starter Jimmy Howard says, get in the beams. David says, okay, and so does Ozzy Jimenez.
And they're set.
So Ozzy stages first, David, and David's car won't go anywhere. Ozzy Jimenez, number 13, smoking out there like a freight train, but it will be enough to get the job done. 8:22 with a 1 at 154 miles an hour. Jimenez will move on to third round.
Tremendo chuchu tren allá al final. Ah, no, ahora me voy a parar si ya gané.
Well, I hear cleanup on the quarter mile, and there's only one car that went out there, so we know who it is. Giving it go, doesn't go anywhere. As Ozzy Jimenez here on the Flow Racing replay right before the 8th mile, looking like a steam engine train out there. So we will have some track cleanup. My hope is that it's just going to be the rotator and static drags. I've not heard anything about a scrubber yet, so that's good news.
Bueno, vamos a hacer una pausa refrescante. Pausa refrescante. Recuerda que están el full truck del Coqui. Sube las manos que están zumbando camisa. Sube las manos, sube las manos. Sube las manos, viene.
Yeah, if you're getting a little peckish out there, be sure to grab something from Howard's Diner, Mike's Barbecue, the El Coqui truck. I tell you what, all great options. All right, my front wheel drive guys, got to make sure everything's tightened up, make sure it's good. I know what you guys are doing. I know how your cars are great. You guys are pushing these things to the absolute limit, but we gotta. I love this class, but man.
Renegade versus Modified, Atomized Racing Injectors, Renegade versus Modified, need your lane number 5, please. Atomized Racing Injectors, Renegade versus Modified, need your lane number 5, please. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, you're on standby. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, you're on standby. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, you're on standby. And Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, you're on standby. As folks, we are less than 5 minutes away from the bikini contest on the Hitchcock Auto Works stage. Again, we are less than 5 minutes from the bikini contest on the Hitchcock Auto Works stage.
Be sure to check out their website and social media channels to see all the new and exciting stuff brewing over at RHP.
Faster Motorsports. We are your one-stop racing shop in Central Florida. We carry over 100.
Leonard Long, Limited Street, and you're moving on.
Yes, we're moving on to the third round. Yeah, that was a little sketchy, that one there. We spun the tire pretty bad, and I had to drive it really hard. And at one point, I was only hanging on with the one arm on the steering wheel because I got to hold the clutch's transmission shifter. So we got the win, and that's all that mattered. And we're going on to the next round.
It's all that wily wisdom as an old timer, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yep. I normally run the NMCA, and we won the championship this year, and I'd sure like to win here today.
We hope you do.
That's an LTGM platform, offering some of the best customer service and record-setting street cars in the GM community. LMP has both a mainline hub dyno and dyno jet for tuning your 500 horsepower street car, all the way up to 6,000 horsepower capable cars. They're also dealers for vendors like Holly, Weld Racing, Menser Motorsports, and many more. Make sure to check them out on the Vendors Midway and on their online store at www.lmpofmd.com. Also, if any racers are in need of custom-made Brown and Miller lines in sizes -3 to -16, Late Model Performance of Maryland is able to make them for you while you wait.
It's extreme front wheel drive. Nicole Elf, Avon, Indiana. You're moving on. Talk to us about your run.
I mean, it was a nice pass. We had great DA, so I was able to get all the gears and bring home that win. So moving on to round 3.
You say it like you don't get gears all the time.
I mean, it's an H-pattern car, so anything can happen, and especially when you're trying to throw a lot of power. We threw a lot of power in second and third gear. Sometimes you get on those limiters, and it doesn't want to let you always shift sometimes.
You're moving on.
Yeah.
Cedric Billinghurst, who got a gift into the round number 2 last night by virtue of taking out the number 1 qualifier, Kevin Ailman, as Kevin was not unable to make the call. So here we go. Can the number 32 qualifier? It's been a day of upsets where bottom half of the field qualifiers have found a great amount of success. But can Cedric Billinghurst add to that? He's going to need something against Steve Ali, as Billinghurst will be out of Brooklyn, New York, that 2000 Honda Civic.
And remember, Billinghurst had issues in round number 1. He was supposed to race the new record holder, Ailman, but Ailman not able to make the call. So Billinghurst will make the run here on the right side. Ali's been in the 7s. Billinghurst has struggled this weekend as neither driver will stage here. And starter Jimmy Howard's like, I've had enough, let's go.
Again, once Jimmy orders him to stage, there's no rule that says who has to stage first, but there's a rule that says you must follow the starter's orders.
Neither driver moving, ladies and gentlemen. Another staging duel here in front-wheel drive.
Viene, grítale, público, grítale, público, grítale.
And finally, nobody's
Neither
moving.
Driver moving, ladies and gentlemen. Staging duel, front-wheel drive style. Let them hear ya. It continues to sit. Neither driver blinking. Both of them absolutely stoned. Billinghurst will stage it first. Ali's going to stage it second.
Oh, and Billinghurst rolled out of the beams. Billinghurst rolled out of the beams, and Steve Ali will get the free pass. 9:22.
Rayo, carrerita de presión y le funcionó a Steve Ali. Cari derecho se corrió en la luz. Zumba.
Man, that just hurts. Billinghurst just rolls straight through once he starts to get up the chip.
Vamos allá, Gerald Vargas por el carril derecho, Prajonto Racing in the house. Carril izquierdo, Jockey Racing, Andrew Fernández por el carril izquierdo, Boricuas en ambos carriles, vamos arriba.
The Jockey Racing entry left side of Andrew Fernandez, B18 power here for this machine. 95 Civic out of Florida. Now he went 79 in qualifying for the number 7 spot. Right side, Diego Vargas Lopez. Remember last time we saw the Run BC machine, it was on fire up at the top end of the racetrack. This K24 power has been able to work so far well for Lopez. And now we'll see what the Prelto tuned machine can do. As Fernandez will go into the pre-stage beams and roll it deep is going to be Lopez. Lopez with the red light. It's going to be Andrew Fernandez, your winner, as Guillermo Vargas Lopez rolled into full stage lights, and it's going to hurt him. 8:08.6 there for Fernandez.
Suma 8:08 para Andrew Fernández. 185 millas. Se nos fue otro de los nuestros, Gerald Vargas. Del Team Prayonto Racing, Brian Crowell se comió la blue con negativo 88.
And the replay here on Flow Racing, you see right there, 88 right on the Christmas tree there for the Errol. I'll tell you what, this kid, again, he's been impressive since he got into the car, but he's continuing to learn a lot of these things as the young hired gun that he is. And Norris trusts this kid, so that tells you all you need to know as he continues driving for Norris Prayonto. As your next pair going to be coming up here, or I should say solo, as Carl Bagris will be here on the left side of the racetrack. Adams Mercado not able to make the call.
And
so the Canadian Carl Bagris on the broke by. Adams Mercado on me make the call, and he's just going to idle on down, it looks like. And I think that's a smart move this late in the game. However, you may be surrendering lane choice.
Look at the crew all hyped up back there, man. This is going to be a new world record for Carl Bagris as he will just roll it on down. A career bet. Just kidding. Now, the team's all happy, though. They're going to move on. Adams Mercado, again, not able to make the call. And a little Sunday afternoon victory cruise for Carl Bagris.
Zumba se enfrentaba a la Pica Racing, que no se presentó el carro que corrió ahora mismo. Viene, menea la bandera, estamos activos. Viene, menea ahí en los bleachers, ahí mismito, viene la camisa verde, viene. Zumba, activo ahí en los bleachers. Mi panita Edric.
As Wes Spry for the United States here on the right side of the racetrack, the Fort Mill, South Carolina B18 powered Honda Civic, and to his left going to be Paul Baldwin from Brampton, Canada. The 2000 Honda Civic here on the left side of the racetrack. Been okay so far this weekend, consistent 8.0s in qualifying. You're looking to try to find a little bit more here for Paul.
Wes Spry por el derecho. 7 second alert en ambos carriles, mi gente. Paul Braham, categoría Real Street front wheel drive.
Paul still has not yet been in the 7th second this weekend, was 8:30s on the last run, and Wes Spry was an 8.0. So Spry might need to find a little bit more here to try to take out Paul Baldwin, but again, we've seen a lot of upsets here so far. And I would say in this case, if Paul, at least on paper, can take out Wes, it could be considered an upset. But these two drivers know each other well. They race each other often in the front-wheel drive category and have a tremendous amount of respect for each other. Wes will go into the pre-stage beams first. We'll wait for Paul to join.
Viene, hagan su apuesta. Viene, ¿a quién le va? ¿Cuánto van al Wes Spry?
Wes is in, waiting for Baldwin to join. Now Paul is in. The lights are going to be down. And Wes Spry, 1:48 short time as Paul Baldwin issues for that entry. Wes Spry, 794 with a 5 at 198. And the crew smiling and happy with that. He will move on to 3rd round in Real Street Performance Extreme Front Wheel Drive.
1:48 los 60 pies, 5:44 al octavo de milla. Ya le están cogiendo el piso con los 5:4, corriendo 7 segundos, 7:94, 198 millas para Wes Spry.
That will conclude round number 2 here of Real Street Extreme Front Wheel Drive. A little bit of track prep here to go.
Viene. Saludito por ahí a mi pana Alan Román, que dejó de grabar por estar viendo el Bikini Contest. Alan Román con el Bikini Contest activado. ¡Team Puerto Rico!
All right, coming up next, we need to the lanes. We need at Precision Turbo Engine XJ5 versus Hot Rod. To lane number 1, please. Precision Turbo Engine XJ5 versus Hot Rod, lane number 1. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, you're on standby. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, you're on standby. As our first pair of Outlaw versus Extreme coming up after the prep here. Oh boy, Natty Racing and Cleetus McFarland. I'm gonna call it right now. Cleetus wins on an upset.
Stephen Ali, what is it with you and staging duels today?
I got staged by the previous racer, and I don't want to hurt my moto or anything. I know I'm the only one maybe left from West Coast, so I'm trying to go rounds.
It's extreme front wheel drive, very competitive class. It's been a lot of action in this class today, but do you think there might be a little, I mean, you alluded to a little bounty on you?
Could be, yes.
So what do we do about that?
I mean, I'll just keep going and doing my thing, and hopefully we get a W.
There you go. Well, guess what? You're moving on.
Thank you.
Of course, Natty Racing set this place on its ear last year with a record run, been 560s, this weekend, over 263 miles an hour. But this is going to be good. An import versus domestic, Toyota versus Chevrolet.
Bien, así mismito es, Corillo, y prepárate que lo que viene en la Extreme versus Outlaw, el primer pase nada más y nada menos es con el Eagle de cleetusmcfarland, que se va a estar enfrentando a Chupatec en el Nati Racing. Así que se la buscó bien buscar Cleetus con el Nati. Y es el último carro que le queda vivo a Cleetus. Vamos a ver qué pasa ahora, así que no te muevas de tu asiento, que eso viene a continuación.
All right, so again, this so scrape going on out there on the racetrack, getting that old rubber up to get the new rubber back down.
So, Fabian, you know these cars are putting a lot of power down, so we do have to do a little bit of work to the racetrack to make sure that these guys have the best possible track that they can to set them up for an opportunity to win. I mean, you've got some huge matchups here in Outlaw versus Extreme, and to be honest with you, a couple of these are final quality matchups, and actually the first pair could potentially be one of them. Now, we have not yet seen the true performance of the Cleetus McFarland-owned Eagle machine yet. As Fabian, you just said, this thing's only a week old. We're still learning the baseline on this, and Steve Petty is throwing a tune-up in this thing that seems to be working really well. We saw a 580 pass the last time that this machine was out. The next thing you have to look at, though, and this is going to be the thing, you've got a field of imports and 2 domestics left in Outlaw versus Extreme.
So it's only two domestics left?
2 domestics, Cleetus McFarland and Frank Soldridge. Here's the crazier part. They are on the same side of the ladder, Fabian. So one of 2 things could happen here over the next couple of rounds. If Natty's able to run the field, Natty will literally by himself take out the 2 lone domestics that are remaining, assuming Soldridge is able to win the next round. Or, at the end of this round, there could be no domestics left. Now, that being said, Cleetus McFarland has the biggest matchup of his racing career coming up here in just a couple of minutes. And it's not just a small vehicle that he's taking on, and it's not just a world record holder of some micro record left stock rear door quarter panel air breathing machine. It's the world's fastest and quickest import ever built. Now, we don't have the Famanilla team behind driving this weekend. It is going to be Jesus Melendez wheeling this thing, the Lenati car, but we've seen this thing with some historic runs here at the Haltech World Cup Finals. That 23 Camry 2JZ powered is a force to be reckoned with whenever it shows up on the property at the Haltech World Cup Finals. So for Cleetus McFarland to pull this off, it's probably one of the few times in his racing career that he is deemed the actual underdog. And I'm not talking about the video where he ran, next to a top fuel car. He is an actual underdog in this scenario. It's a brand new car. It's his first time in Outlaw versus Extreme. There's a lot of new things that he has been learning this weekend on the quarter mile in this radial tire 69 Chevrolet Camaro. But I'm sure Steve Petty's going to give him an opportunity that, as long as Cleetus McFarland can do his job, may be able to squeak one. As long as the Natty team doesn't slip somewhere, they could take this one. But we've also seen Natty, the fastest car on the property, slip somewhere going down the racetrack. Maybe the car steps out. Maybe misses a shift. Tire shake could be a potential problem. So this matchup is going to be critical, I don't think just for these 2 drivers, but I think potentially this one could potentially be able to go to the final. But I also think all 8 of these drivers that are remaining could go to the final.
Bueno, así mismo, como lo acaba de decir mi compañero, óyeme, Cleetus está debutando en esta categoría en el día de hoy, debutando, y le tocó bailar con la más fea en esta ocasión contra el Nati Racing, el import más rápido del planeta Tierra. Y cabe destacar que en esta categoría Extreme solamente quedan 2 domestic. Hoy te extingo 2 domestic solamente. Todo lo demás que queda es import. Así que este puede ser el pase de su vida para cleetusmcfarland, que se enfrenta a la más fea del baile, el más rápido del mundo, el Nati Racing.
All right, I need, attention to pits. I need Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes for round 1 to lane 1, please. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, round 1 to lane 1, please. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes, round 1 to lane 1. And I also need the next round of Competition Clutch Warriors versus Tres Cuarto to lane 3, please. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bikes to 1, and Competition Clutch Warriors versus Tres Cuarto, lane number 3.
Warrior versus 3/4, Warrior versus 3/4 al carril número 3, Warrior versus 3/4 al carril número 3 ahora.
So you go back, you look at round 1, Frank Soldridge, who got a big win, one of the best passes of the weekend there for that Corvette. That RVW car, I think, is really showcasing what it can do on the quarter mile right now, and I think could be a car to keep an eye on. Of course, El Humilde, we know what that team's been able to do here at the quarter mile. Zolan, best pass of the weekend in round 1. Eagle there with Cleetus McFarland with his best pass of the weekend. Now, a lot of the guys that they were also running may have had struggles at times. Bad Bunny there, taking out Chris Rankin in another solid side-by-side pass. Jerry Racing taking out Second Amendment there with Chuck Seitziger. Lenati there taking out the Great Bullet in what was also a great side-by-side pass. And, of course, Laquito Killer with a broke by as Mark Benson not able to make the call. Grenade to the motor in qualifying yesterday. I don't know what's going to be happening here in this round of Mickey Thompson Tires Outlaw versus Extreme. The only thing that I can tell you is when you look at the matchups here, this should be able to get you excited. You got Melendez and McFarland. You got Fernandez and Soldridge. You've got Laquito Killer and El Humilde. You got Bad Bunny and Joe Marta Gomez. I mean, these matchups are stellar no matter what way you look at them in their own regards. And like I said, the two domestics are on the same side of the ladder. So domestics have been beaten up so far here in this category. You've got 2 still left to go and trying to carry the banner. But even if they both are able to go on to the next round, one of them right now will have to try to take out Lenati. And then in the next round, if Soldridge can win this round, he would have to take out Lenati. And that is not an easy feat to do.
Oye, así mismito es, así que no te muevas de ahí, que esto promete ahora mismo en la segunda ronda eliminatoria, la categoría Extreme. Oye, si estás cerca de los bleachers del lado derecho, en la parte de atrás tienen en exhibición la tóxica, la stick chip más rápida del mundo. En la carpa de OJ Racing, puedes pasar por allá a tomarte fotos, allí está en exhibición la tóxica.
So as we've said it multiple times here this weekend, I'm Chris Sings the booth alongside Fabian Brown on my left. To my right now, Jose Colon hanging out with us. And Caquetto.
Signing autographs.
Yeah, he's out being famous. Of the 4 of us, I don't know, Jose, those 2 are definitely the most famous. Jose and Caquetto out of the 4 of us up here, in my opinion.
Well, so what's that between me and you? Who's more famous, me or you?
Both.
Jose's like, I'm going to make you both feel better. It's both you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with neither one of us.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
You know, it all depends on what circles you ask. I will say that. You know, I make the comment all the time. Everybody has their favorite announcers. Everybody has their favorite type of style. You know, so I don't like trying to compare things because everybody is so unique in their own regards. You know, I will say, though, working with Jose and Caquetto at this event, I have really loved. I love the passion and the energy that you guys have. Fabian, I've worked with you for a long time, you know, and I think that this has been a great, you know, 4-man group up here in the tower, and I know that Jose and Caquetto have been swapping out back and forth a little bit here. They've been doing a much better job at saving their voices than I definitely have. I've not been doing a very good job of that, but, you know, that is the caliber of event that this is. You know, you have to go 110%, in my personal opinion, the entire time because these are the best drivers in the world out there. They're duking out on the quarter mile. They're doing it right here in Southern Maryland at Maryland National Raceway. And not just that, but every moment for every one of these racers, in my personal opinion, is special because you never know when that next one may be.
Así mismo, y estamos bien agradecidos por la oportunidad que nos dio Jason Miller a este servidor. Yo soy el Racing y el coqueto locutor por ser la voz en español de todos ustedes. Bueno, tenemos mucha gente por aquí que sabe inglés, pero tenemos mucha gente también que no sabe inglés. Para eso nos traen por el team de los bandos de los import, representando los import, el coqueto locutor, y yo soy el Racing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are waiting, who are in line at the High Rod Diner, first of all, we thank you very much for your patience and everything. As Higgins, we were just talking to Royston Radio, and what do you got for us?
Well, the short version, if you guys want, the POS system is actually being overloaded right now. The internet services are not doing very well at the moment, to say the least. So if you have cash and you're able to pay cash, that would be amazing. It would help speed up the processes out there.
We do have 2 ATMs here on site here at Maryland International Raceway. Well, normally one, but this weekend they brought in the second one on either side of the racetrack. So again, if you are able to pay cash right now at the Hot Rods Diner, that would help speed up the process. Again, we do apologize for the inconvenience, but like I said, the POS system is being overwhelmed right now. Again, with a record crowd here this afternoon with us.
I see you getting your tuna card. He's looking around. This edition of the Haltech World Cup Finals so far has brought some fantastic racing, some big moments, and there's still more left to go. Right now, round 2, Making Tom's Tires Outlaw versus Extremis, firing up back at the ready line as the tractors are coming off, and we are ready to go back racing.
Viene, dímelo Steven Meneza Bandera, dímelo Manolo.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be getting on your feet out there. The Kings of the Quarter Mile, get ready to come back out. We've got some great matchups right here, and it's probably one of the biggest ones out there. Lenati Racing, Eagle, Cleetus McFarland, going to be coming into the water box right now. Let them hear you, Southern Maryland. Let them hear you, Maryland International Raceway. Let them hear you. Haltech World Cup Finals presented by Wiseco.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's go time.
Viene, vamos allá, Puerto Rico, párate, Puerto Rico, dímelo, Boricua.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Natty Racing lost power.
Both cars have shut off in the water box.
Cleetus has restarted.
Yep.
Natty, they're pushing him back.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Jose's like, I'm not scared. I'm not worried.
Oh, Cleetus shut off again.
Neither car is able to stay fired right now as Lenati. I hear that car sounds like is underway. He's going to like the heights. Issues for Eagle.
There's the burnout there for Natty Racing. And Cleetus has been given the signal. One of our senior officials, John Doggett, has given him the signal. So wait, what's going on here with Cleetus? Now it's running again.
Viene, vamos allá, Boricua, Natty Racing por el carril izquierdo, el import más rápido del planeta Tierra. Chúpate que los controles de poderosa máquina. Ahí prendió el cleetusmcfarland en el Eagle por el carril derecho, Team USA.
So Cleetus McFarland already having issues here, and this could be huge. Possible detrimental moments here for the Eagle machine, as this thing is not able to stay fired, or at least not able to stay at idle. So I have to keep an eye on that here with this pass, Fabian and Jose. As Lenati, we know what this thing can do. Cleetus McFarland here on the right side. It's the United States versus Puerto Rico. It's import versus domestic. It's the types of matchups that you want to see right here at the World Cup.
And we're getting it right here in round number 2. Like you said earlier, this is a final round caliber matchup. Again, a car that has the quickest, fastest import in the world. Taking on a guy from Florida who this car is barely a week old. and he's already gone in the 5s with it, taking on arguably one of the best imports of all time. So Cleetus, what does he have to do to pull off the upset here?
He needs a little bit of luck and one of the best passes he's ever had in his racing career. But I love the way that this looks right now. You've got the United States flag in the right. You've got the Puerto Rican flag in the left. This is World Cup right here on the starting line. Cleetus McFarland, Jesus Melendez, Lenati, and Eagle.
Viene el pase de la taquilla. El pase de la taquilla. Nati por el izquierdo, Team Puerto Rico. cleetusmcfarland por el derecho, Team USA, debutando en la categoría por primera vez.
Little staging duel here.
No games being played. You'll hear the cars start to build a boost. Danny will stage first. McFarland will stage second. Lights are going to come down.
Cleetus got him on the tree.
He's going to be out in front. Here comes Danny. Top end.
Oh!
Give it to Danny. 583, 3 and 256. Cleetus McFarland does everything right, but comes up a little short. A 6:15.3, but he's down almost 40 miles an hour at only 198. So something may have happened up at the top end there on McFarland's car, because if you look at the numbers, he's out in front to the 1,000-foot.
Wow.
Viene Borica pa'l Callao, grítale. Wow. Yo soy Boricua.
I tell you what,
Yo soy Boricua. Ya está, se fue el tercero de Clito pa el vagón.
Watch the replay here on Flow Racing. I'll tell you what, this is a fantastic matchup and a fantastic lap for both of these two drivers. But keep an eye here on that left lane as Cleetus McFarland start to see a little smoke right around the 1,000-foot. So I think something may have been going on. And based on what I've looked at numbers-wise, that makes sense. Something around the 1,000-foot may have happened internally. Now only one domestic remains here at Mickey Thompson Tires Outlaw versus Extreme.
Oye, queda un solo domestic vivo en esta categoría y esta vez nos tocó ahora enfrentarse a dos teammates. Por el carril izquierdo, el pistón mayor de McTech, el humilde, y por el carril derecho, dímelo, loquito, Killer Rotor versus pistón, McTech College en ambos carriles. Esta carrerita está buena. 5-8 el tiempo constantemente para el humilde, 6-1 que hizo el loquito en el pase anterior buscando entrar a la zona de los 5 segundos.
A pair of McTech College machines here on the starting line. Two teammates getting ready to go to battle. The 2JZ machine, El Humilde in the left lane. Lequito Killer here on the right. The 20B Series rotary powered entry, 2009 Mazda RX-8. Both drivers hail from the Puerto Rico area. Now, that being said, right now on paper, you're looking at Rivera as the early favorite. We've never seen a rotary car in the 5-second zone. This could be the moment that Lequito Killer is looking for.
Hoy está un pase para Pelo. Carril izquierdo, como todos saben, Alberto Rivera es el hijo de el rotor mayor, el Rafaelito, esta vez conduciendo un pistón. El humilde se enfrenta al Loquito Killer por el carril derecho.
Toyota in the left lane, Mazda in the right lane. 2JZ taking on Rotary. The Rotary car will stage first. Here comes Rivera. Lights are going to be down. Both guys struggling on the start line, but they're going to be side by side. Top of the racetrack. Wing light will shine.
Wow!
El Humilde 568, 260 miles an hour.
Nueva marca personal para el humilde y Alberto Rivera, que siguen on fire. 568, 260 millas para el humilde McTech, gozando el corrido de calle. Y dímelo, Carlos.
What? 568 for El Humilde at 260 miles an hour? Wow. That's one of the wildest. I mean, look, that's crazy. That is, I mean, El Humilde just said that Natty Ray's not the only one that can go in the 560s over 260 miles an hour. As the El Humilde crew, they're going to head on down to pick him up. Wow, 568 at 260 miles an hour. That is insane.
Wow. y sigue en racha Albertito Rivera, el de los 90 piquetes, viene de quedar runner-up en el evento de Orlando y aquí quiere el desquite, va por todo por esa copa. Ahora acaba de hacer 5.68, su mejor tiempo para Alberto Rivera, 260 millas por hora, 1.01 en los 60 pies. Dímelo, Edwin Colón, gozando, Edwin, ahí está.
All right, competition calls Warriors versus Race Quarto, lane number 3, please. Warriors versus Race Quarto to lane number 3. Warriors versus Race Quarto to lane number 3 as the Zolan and Camilo Velez are next to. And Camilo Velez didn't do much of a burnout. They're going to push him backwards, try to do another one here.
Carlos fired.
And maybe Carlos power. Well, they're going to try it again to see. Chief starter Jimmy Howard is taking a look, and there's a report is the car is not running.
Viene Soyan Racing por el carril izquierdo, Yomar Gómez, el Undertaker en los controles, ganador del pasado evento en Orlando en la final contra el Humilde. Aquí está también en busca de llevarse la copa Camilo Baboni con problemas en el área del burnout.
And Jimmy's got him on the clock, so will he make it in time? Jimmy's counting. And no, Camilo Velez has been counted out, so Zolan will get a broke bye to the semifinals. Man, oh man, Camilo Velez not gonna make it, and the Zolan of Yomar Gomez will get a free pass to the semifinals of Mickey Tom's Outlaw vs. Extreme. They're trying to push him back, and Velez, his day is done.
Viene con problemas en el burnout. Camilo Baboni pierde la carrera, pasa el Soyan a la siguiente ronda. Yomar Gómez, el Undertaker, New Generation por el carril izquierdo.
There goes Zolan, 984 short, top end of the racetrack, 574 at 255 miles an hour.
Sí.
And Yomar Gomez in the Undertaker.
El Undertaker pasa a la siguiente ronda y siguen estos muchachitos on fire, lo que viene siendo el Soyan y el Humilde. Siguen en racha desde el evento anterior y no se quieren quitar. Y ahora por el carril derecho viene el 21 carro domestic que nos queda en esta categoría. Por el carril derecho se enfrenta a el Jerry Racing, Jerry Jr. por el carril izquierdo.
The Jerry Racing entry here, left side of the racetrack with Fernandez behind the wheel, the 2JZ Power 2020 Toyota Supra, and the lone domestic left standing here at Mickey Tom's Tires Outlaw versus Extreme. The pressure is on, in my opinion, here for Frank Soldridge. The 2018 Chevrolet Radial versus the World Corvette has to pull one out of the hat here to take out Fernandez. This Jerry car has been quick the last couple times we've seen it out. Now, that being said, Soldridge, the last couple times we've seen him, has put some great numbers up. Last run that we saw here for the right lane Chevrolet was a 582. Needs to try to replicate that low 80 or try to go 70s to have an opportunity next to the Jerry Racing machine. Needs to hit the tree, get down the racetrack, and see what happens. This could be a fantastic side-by-side matchup.
Oye, como dato curioso, el Jerry cualificó en la posición número 4 con 5.79 y el carril derecho cualificó en la posición número 5 con 5.80. Así que esto es un pase bien cerrado entre estos corredores side by side. Vamos a ver si el domestic pasa a la siguiente ronda o se van los domestic vía salsa.
Here we go. Final pair. Mickey Thomas Tires Outlaw versus Extreme. Frank Soldridge and El Jerry Racing. Jerry's going to go straight in. Frank Soldridge stages second. Lights are down. Advantage on the tree goes to Jerry. Here comes Frank Soldridge. Top end of the racetrack. They're side by side. Red light will shine for Jerry Racing. 597 with a 2 at 256 as Frank Soldridge had to abort the run. And there are no domestics left in Outlaw versus Extreme.
So the imports will take it home here this year for the Outlaw versus Extreme. But we still got to determine who's the winner going to be.
Oye, mi gente, y se fueron vía knockout. Los domestic no le dejamos uno vivo. Los import dominando la categoría Extreme versus Outlaw, que ahora pasa a ser la categoría Extreme porque no queda ningún Outlaw. Así que Corillo Boricua, grítale, grítale Boricua. Se los dejamos a todito, nos fueron vía salsa. Para los domésticos, óyeme, Edri, muévela, muévela, Edri, muévela, muévela, Steven, muévela, Steven, muévela, Manolo, muévela, mueve la bandera.
Here goes the pro model by Isaias Rojas. Again, Isaias Rojas in the Pro Mod. Again, folks, I want to remind everybody, if you want to be a part of the test session tomorrow, it's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You come up to the tower, pay $100 cash, reserve your spot. The remaining $300 will be due tomorrow. And also, if you want to stay overnight tonight in the Cameron Village, or if you're racing this weekend, you want to stay overnight and leave in the morning, you are more than welcome to do so.
Viene y sigue en la búsqueda de los 3-5. Al octavo de milla, el Corvette Pro Mod de MECTEC College. Así mismo con los oyes, 3-5 a más de 200 millas al octavo de milla. Checate cómo abre ese Corvette.
930 short for Rojas, top end of the racetrack. He clicks it off. 618, 140, how about a 362 at 210 miles per hour at the 8th mile.
Punto 93, los 60 pies, 362, 362 al octavo de milla. Y óyete esto, a 210 millas por hora, 210 millas por hora para Isaías Rojas en el Corvette de MECTEC College.
Viene aún arriba, dímelo Boricua, dímelo Jonathan Davis, dímelo Jonathan Teta, estamos activos. Coriola Killer. Vamos ya. El punto 8 más rápido del planeta por el carril izquierdo, el Versatilles. Viene donde están los boricuas en los bliches, donde están los boricuas en los bliches. Tenemos que seguir con el mismo modo, rompiendo a los domestic. Carlos Boles, el Monkey en los controles. Break la sala por el carril derecho en el Mustang, peligroso, mi gente, peligroso.
First pair coming up here in round number 2 of Atomizer Racing Injectors Renegade versus Modified. Right side of the racetrack, the Snot Rocket of Brent LaSala. The 2013 Mustang out of Bradenton, Florida. 302 under the hood and left side. El Versatilles Carlos Borges from Palm Beach, Florida. 2 JZ powered Corolla here in the left lane. On paper, your numbers 4 and 5 and are very close in numbers. Brent LaSala, though, has been quick so far here today. Bordigas, though, has not laid over on any pass hit either, so we'll see who can hit the tree and put a great side-by-side pass together potentially.
Vamos allá, Brett La Sala de los Mustang, favorito a ganar en esta categoría por el bando de los Domestic y por el izquierdo. Pendiente de los boricuas con bandera en mano, Manolo, Edric, Steven activo.
Waiting for Brett. Brett's in. Lights are going to be now. La Sala's going to leave on Bordigos. Top of the racetrack. Give it to the Stop Rocket. 6:13 with a 2 at 2:32. As El Versatil is 6:30, 8:0, 2:27. But I'll tell you what, he was caught napping on the line.
6:13, 232 millas. Se durmió en la luz el Monkey. Cogió una siesta ahí en la luz que también le causó la derrota.
Oh, how about this matchup here? This is going to be a good one. Carl Top Gun Brunet and Nicole Liberty.
Zumba. Viene donde están los fanáticos de Carl Brunet. ¿Dónde están los fanáticos del Carl Brunet? El Top Gun, el Cuco. Utilizando motor Ecotec. Viene desde Canadá. Vamos arriba. Nicole Liberty. Por el carril derecho en el Firebird. Ladies en los controles. Damita por el derecho. Vamos arriba. Duelo de Domestic. Es el 4 cilindros más rápido del planeta. Con motor Ecotec. Hagan su apuesta, gente. Hagan su apuesta.
Next pair going to be coming up here at Nicole Liberty, right side of the racetrack. One of the few domestics left in this field, and Carl Top Gun Brunet here left side. We'll call them the hybrids, a Pontiac body, but the import motor on the inside there for the Canadian in that Pontiac GXP. Now, Carl Brunet was your #1 qualifier. Nicole Liberty was number 9, the nitrosated car with Liberty gears on board here for the right lane. We'll see if Nicole can maybe steal one here from Carl Top Gun. Now, again, we know Brunet's very good when it comes to this event. #1 qualifier last year, winner back in 22, and can get it done no matter where he's at in the ladder.
Here we go. It's Carl Top Gun Brunet and Nicole Liberty. Nicole is going to have to leave on Carl Brunet as she goes to the full stage, and she did. Brunet's thinking whether she gets a little loose though. Top of the racetrack. It's going to be Nicole Liberty on an upset. Nicole Liberty gets it done and takes it out.
El palo de la noche, sacaron al Cuco, ganando Nicole Liberty con 6:31. Wow, 213 millas, con problemas Carl Brunet con 6:94, 151 millas.
Only at the World Cup.
Wow. Get JPC Racing Street Fighter to lane number 6, please. JPC Racing Street Fighter to lane 6.
Vieron allá donde están los boricuas en los bleachers, donde están los boricuas, actívate.
Here's the replay of that one. Nicole Liberty, she was out for the 60, and Carl Brunet caught her and passed her at the 338th mile, and right about the 8th mile, Brunet had issues, and Nicole Liberty moving on to the semifinals, where she's trying to join a very elite list of lady drivers that have won here at the World Cup. To my knowledge, there's only been one.
Vamos allá pendiente a este carro que tiene alerta de 5 segundos. El segundo rotor más rápido del planeta. Jefe de jefes, Siki Traki Motorsport, Kerry Performance. Alerta de 5 segundos. Alerta de 5 segundos. 5 second alert.
So my apologies. 2 women have gone to victory lane of the World Cup. Lone Priantu and Haley James. Nicole Liberty would love to be the 3rd. El Jefe Dute Jefe on the left side, and Ty Casper. Coming up So Siki Traki over on the left side and Ty Casper on the right side.
Viene vamos allá los Domestic por el derecho. Y por el izquierdo, vamos arriba. Take out your cámara.
Here we go. There they go. Look at get towards the center line. Top end. It's going to be Ty Casper, 622.
Wow, nos dieron otro tutazo. Se nos fue el jefe de jefe. 655, 213 millas con 101. Los 60 pies. Y 428, Cari derecho con 622 quitando. Zumba, duelo de Boricua. Rotores por el carril izquierdo, los pistones por el derecho. Derek Santiago en el carro en el derecho, Pimal. Área 51 Race Car, la programación, Gaby Chase los ajustes. Carril izquierdo desde Caguas en la casa, la leyenda, el Rafaelito. La escudería de Mectec College. Osote que es la programación y Gaby Chassi en los ajustes, Luis Rivera en los controles.
Next pair coming up, P-Bar here right side. Derek Santiago, the K-Series Power TLX out of Florida, was your number 2 qualifier. And I'll tell you what, this car has looked very solid so far here this week. And to the left, that's going to be Luis Rivera, the 04 RX-8 13B Series rotary entry out of Puerto Rico. Rivera, the brother of El Humilde, who we saw, So Rivera, the brother of El Humilde, and I'll tell you what, El Humilde has done some great driving this week, and we saw what he did in the last round. We'll see if Rivera can maybe join his brother going on to the next round. Light's going to be down. Reaction time advantage will go over to Santiago. Here comes Rivera. Santiago, win light. Moving on. 608, 3236.
608, 236 millas para Pimal. Derry Santiago viene en busca del back-to-back en esta categoría de la Renegade versus Modify. Fue el campeón del evento World Cup Final 2023. Dímelo, Juni, CMM Industria, dímelo, Juni. Estamos activos. Oye, también los muchachos ahí de negro, G4, la gente de G4 están activos ahí con la tóxica que está ahora mismo detrás de los bleachers. Así que si quieres tumbarte una fotito con la Starlet 13B Stitch Chip, más rápido del planeta la tóxica, pasa por la carpa de O&J Performance que están activos. Ahí los muchachos también de G4 con las transmisiones SR, la de los récords. Dímelo, Easy Precision Balancing, el que tiene también gozando a muchos de los fiebros de los rotores en el balanceo de motores que están activos. Y Corillo DRB Landscaping. Saludo por ahí a la hondera mayor, la rubia que está ahí. Ella sabe, ella sabe. Dímelo, Quique, terraza tropical en la casa.
So we are working the track right now, making sure that it's going to be right and tight for the next couple categories. Of course, as we go later in the night, we're going to have less and less cars going down between each round. So processes and speeds will pick up a little bit. We're not going to have near as much track prep in between each category, as the track should be able to roll in. So again, just want to give everybody kind of a heads up on that. And a lot of you guys right now watching going, man, I feel like we're doing a lot of track prep. Well, we want to make sure we have the optimal track for these guys. But again, as we start to have less and less cars in each category, we won't have to do the prep in between each category like we're having to do right now. So just bear with us. But again, these guys, some of the best business out here, duking it out right now. As Pro Street Bike will be coming out here next. As I believe Javon and Fabian going to make the call here for that category.
What's coming up next, ladies and gentlemen,
is mi panita Tingo de San Lorenzo, que es full fanático de los domestic y lo tienen guayándole villa al Tingo. Tingo, le dieron ahora mismo a eso a los del Outlet, le dieron eso, Tingo.
We're making a habit out of this, Nicole Liberty.
I need 2 more of them now.
Anything particular about that run?
I just did my job, did what I could. I knew he was #1 qualifier, so I did everything I could, and sometimes luck wins you a race.
So do you feel like everybody's looking at you now? Do you stick out #1?
My name might be out there a little bit more now.
Yeah, well, we hope so. That's the whole idea, right?
Exactly, yes, yep.
Good luck. You're going to the next round.
All right, Jay, you want to do this?
All right, that South Bay fuel injector wrap.
We doing this?
At 4:30. So if you guys want to get in for that injector sit, you can head on down that
No, we're not racing each other again, no. But there are the WCF ladies got free T-shirts for you out there.
Hey, Fabo.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, can we take it back to where we've been at?
No, but I gotta tell you one thing though. One thing seriously.
Tingo, me están escribiendo, denle algo a Tingo que está triste. Tinguita, tienes break a cambiarte, Tinguita.
Oh, by the way, Javon, congratulations on your Cowboys losing today.
Hey, but we about to get into it. This is my favorite class. We call them the Crotch-Rocking Cowboys. Pro Street.
All right, here we go, our first pair. Platte & Jones Services Pro Street Bike. You got Rodney Williford over the left-hand side of the racetrack, taking on Ricky Wood from North Carolina. Rodney on the left-hand side, the quickest and fastest Pro Street bike ever at 6:29 at 2:41. Who you want? Who you got?
You got excited. 200 plus miles an hour on 2 wheels. These are street legal. Boosters, street tire on street tire, turbo versus turbo. These are the bad boys with the big toys. Here we go. Ricky Wood in the right, Rodney Williford in the left. Pick a side and ride. None of you like. Here we go.
There goes Rodney. Rodney's out front. Top end. Oh, Rodney, it's eating itself up down there at the far to the racetrack. But Rodney Williford will go to round number 2 of Platte & Jones Services Pro Street Bike.
I know Rodney didn't like that much. Ricky Wood had troubles getting off the starting line also. Man.
But real quickly, track manager Adam Graham. Adam, this is your very first World Cup. What's the experience?
Energy is absolutely ridiculous here. This is an experience I will never forget. So it's awesome to be here.
There you go. You never forget your first World Cup. Again, the ladies of the World Cup got free T-shirts for you as they're checking that left lane behind Rodney Williford.
Hey, Fabian.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, right? I am a proud American.
Yes,
but today I got to rep Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is live and in the building. I got my hoodie on with my Puerto Rican flag on the back. Let me tell you something. Puerto Rico is like that.
Boricua Acayo!
Go ahead, Fabian.
Hey, by the way, I have no idea what I said. All right, here we go. Our next pair coming out of the water box. It's going to be Tony Fisher on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Now, Tony was one half of the first ever all 6-second side-by-side run back in 2012, taking on Jason Dunnigan, who's come oh so close twice to winning the championship, and he won this race in 2022.
Man, one thing about Jason Dunnigan and DME, they come to race every single time. They want to lay down their best pass right here against Tony Finch. The Pro Charged. Boozer. Tony Finch in the right. Jason Dunnigan, the DME, always bet orange in the left. This should be some good side-by-side action. Pick a side and ride. Tell me who you like. Here we go, 200 plus miles an hour down the corner.
There you go. Top end of the racetrack, Dunnigan clear towards the center line. It's going to be Tony Fisher from Massachusetts.
Wow, that's crazy.
Dunnigan will not make it to a third straight final. But our next pair, it's going to be be Mark Rendeluke, who won this race last year, taking on a guy all the way from Aruba, Jason Gearman, over here on the left-hand side of the racetrack.
And we got also from DME, my man Mark Rendeluke in the right. Seeing if he can hold it down for the DME squad. Since Jason Dunnigan had a couple issues.
Oh, by the way, these two are teammates, by the way.
All three.
Yep. That's Andy Sawyer, the crew chief, head tuner for Team DME, checking both bikes. Demi Edgar. Okay, that hurt. All right, here we go. Jason Gearman and Mark Rendeluke. Mark trying to become the first rider to win this race twice.
Here we go. Get him in the beams. Let's make some shake.
There they go. There goes Mark Rendeluke from Oklahoma. Top end of the racetrack. Lead light is going to be Mark Rendeluke. Wow. These things, 700 horsepower, and they're street legal.
I mean street legal. I got to give a shout out to my buddy Kitten.
Oh man, here comes our final pair of Platinum Drone Service and Pro Street bikes. You have Ryan Bonatatis over the left-hand side and Justin Shaker.
Justin Shaker has been here many a times.
And he currently owns the XDA speed record at 238 miles an hour.
200 and what?
238.
On two wheels.
Well, almost one as he was doing a wheel going down the racetrack.
But with a street legal, street tire, motorcycle, 200 plus miles an hour.
Exactly.
So he can do this and then go out there on the street.
Pretty much.
That's crazy. Here we go. Bonatatis, Justin Shaker.
There goes Shaker, top end of the racetrack. It's going to be Shaker. Wow.
648 at 219 for Justin Shaker.
648. So that's it for our Platinum Drone Service Pro Street bikes. So again, folks, how many of you would like to try that? Go one wheel, two wheels down the racetrack in 6.4 seconds over 220 miles an hour?
The lies y'all tell. The lie, stop it. There's no way.
Would you do it?
Absolutely. I used to race motorcycles.
Would I do it?
Probably.
Hell no.
You're going to have to change your draws, but it's all good.
Twice. But again, folks, that's it for Platinum Drone Service and Pro Street Bikes. Higgins, take it back. All right, so we're getting ready, a little touch up here, and we got X275 versus Hot Rod coming out. So again, thank all you folks here that are here from across country and around the world. As again, our JPC Street Fighters are coming in. Stick Shift 1, Wild Street 6. I need Grandis Racing Stick Shift. Next round, lane 1, Grandis Racing Stick Shift. Lane 1, please. Also need Faster Motorsports Wild Street, lane number 6. Faster Motorsports Wild Street, lane 6.
Ty Casper, we're making a habit out of this. I like your doorstop, though.
Thank you. Yeah, the good old duct tape. Like I said yesterday, it's going to be held by duct tape and bubble gum, but we come in here to win, so I don't care what it takes. But it was a good round right there. I saw him get close to center line, so I knew I would pass him. I stayed in it for another couple 100 foot and then rolled out of it. I don't want to take it to the end if I don't have to, because that's the last 100 foot is when stuff breaks. It's hard to explain, but so far so good. I'm happy with it. So here we go for the next round.
We got duct tape for doorstops, and we're on fire the other night. We just keep going rounds.
Yes, sir. That's all we're going to do is keep going. Thank you.
All right, coming up next will be Precision Turbo Engine X75ers Hot Rod, Carl Pritz and Oscar, and Jimenez Jr. and the Dirty Taco. Here we go, Carl Pritz and the Dirty Taco.
All right, here we go. Going to be second round of Precision Turbo X275 versus Hot Rod here on deck. And Oscar, Carl Pritz, your left side in the Mustang. Multicolored machine, a lot of green, one red door on the right lane, or on the right side, I should say, making the run on the left lane to his right. That's going to be Jose Jimenez Jr. in the Dirty Taco, the 96 Toyota Tacoma 2JZ Power Machine. GSC Power Division going to be on board here for the team out of Houston, Texas. I love the matchup here in round number 2.
Vamos allá a la Picón, la Tacoma. Categoría X275 versus Hot Rod. Con el respaldo de Precision Turbo. Jiménez Jr. por el derecho. Oscar por el izquierdo en el Mustang. Oye, tremendo duelo. Vamos a ver. Import por el derecho. Domesti por el izquierdo.
So Jimenez right lane here in the pick-em-up truck. As Prince here on the left side. See if he keeps the doors on it. Mustangs indoors do not seem to get along this weekend. As Pritz will go to the pre-stage lights first, waiting for Jimenez to join. As the pickup truck will now go and turn that top bulb on. Pritz wastes no time, rolls it in, looked like a little deep there. Jimenez stages second, line's gonna be down, race time advantage will go to the pickup truck. See you later. The taco truck will go to round 3. Jimenez, 642 with a 5.224. Solid lap there from the pickup.
Suma 6:42, 224 millas para la Tacoma del Taco. Pasando a la próxima ronda. Sigue la consistencia de los 6.4. La quiero comprar para llevármela para PR.
Mac Brosnan coming up on the right-hand side. Mac Brosnan and Eric Hendricks on the Faster Motorsports Wild Street, lane 3, please. I'm sorry, lane 6.
Viene arriba GTR Kimbo por el carril derecho. Carril izquierdo.